For the murder of the wounded, looting, cannibalism, you are hereby sentenced to death by hanging. Or torment.
Don't meddle. Take the reward and let's go.
Help me!
Knew you witches wouldn't scorn imperial gold. Tough hunt.
Tougher than yours, that's certain. Evil is evil. Lesser, greater, middling, makes no difference.
Fit me!
Bring her down. Do it my way. You like that, you bitch? Get the hammer. Kick her teeth in.
The degree is arbitrary, the definition's blurred. If I'm to choose between one evil and another, I'd rather not choose at all.
Just make it quick, Geralt.
What the?
Close your eyes.
Hit him. What are you doing?
Killing monsters.
Okay, welcome to, I believe this is episode 7 or 8 of The Witcher, and this continues our story of Oiri, DEVNET, and Zavis. Let me get some music playing. The tax issue in the hamlet of Bredenshire has been settled, but the trio's original goal was far from it. They had learned the location of Ten Blades quite easily, in fact. He had made a home for himself outside the hamlet in an abandoned home. Oiri, DEVNET, and Zavis only had to make the trip, and they had been given an invitation in the form of Big Belly Ben's severed head. What are you waiting for? Come and get me. What would they do? This is to what you will do. So let me switch the scene for you guys. There on the ground in a wicker basket is the head of the dwarf, the former leader of the Driscoll caravan, which Oiri had grown up in. He wasn't so much of a father figure, but was a kindly leader of the caravan, competent and wise and kind. And now his eyes stood staring open at the fading sun as a panic began to run through the streets of Bredenshire as a small hobbit girl told what she had just seen, leaving the three of you to look down on this display. Go ahead and get started.
Oiri is very upset by the sight of Big Belly Ben's head, but with a hand clasped over her mouth, she's going to step up to the wicker basket and inspect the head to see the state, how fresh it is, or if it's in any sort of decay or stench starting to form.
Go ahead and give me your either, I'd say, your profession skill, your doctor profession skill, whatever that one's called. I think that's probably the most relevant.
Diagnose?
Yeah, diagnose.
Or healing.
Diagnose would be fine. Let's do that.
Okay.
Yeah, you look over the head, and Although there's some blood that seems like it might be more recent. There's also dried blood in there. You're unable to really tell the state of decay. Perhaps it's because he's a dwarf. You're just not able to really tell with the skin and just the head portion.
Oh,
She's going to try to cover the head with like the basket lid or something.
Okay. Kind of push down on the head and able to pull the lid up over it.
Weary. I'm so sorry.
Why would he do something like that?
Because he's cruel. And he wants to taunt us. He wants to prod us into rash action.
He was there. He was there with the caravan before he left.
DEVNET puts a hand on Irie's shoulder. I think this might have other, more concerning implications.
What do you mean?
If he had Ben's head, well, your sisters do resemble you quite a bit. I'm sure he would have recognized them as your family.
With that, Irie's eyes are gonna go wide with realization, and she's gonna kind of look around at the scene more so to kind of gain her bearings mentally, trying to think through things. And where did they say his house is? He had an abandoned house, correct?
It's out in the forest. We need to get proper directions. And so
nowhere that we need to go now.
we need to counsel. We need to sit down and really think this through. And I think we're going to need to talk to the magistrate. And Zav, I trust you to be able to concoct something that'll make us come out shining in this and not turn the town against us.
I'll do what I can. I doubt it'll be any issue, other than them heads just turned up in their streets. So, I'll do what I can. Yeah, you can see Zavis is quite obviously fuming at this point, kind of still, his gaze pretty much locked on the basket. And Airy, no rash actions. It's exactly what he wants. He's looking to lure us out there. So we can't let him do that.
For the sake of anyone who might possibly still be alive, we need to really think this through.
We can't take too long.
No, but despite my youthful appearance, I've got quite a few years on me and I've seen quite a few things in my time, as has Savis. You might be surprised, and we'll counsel together and we'll come up with a plan, something that we think will give us the best chance of success, especially considering this new possibility.
We need to figure out what's going on first. If we were to charge in there right now, or too soon, without knowing what's going on, he'd have us. That's that simple.
I've already got some thoughts that were just floating around in there, starting to coalesce in my brain, but what do you say? Should we go have a seat in the tavern, talk this out first, or go see the magistrate, as he will surely be coming after us soon enough to discuss this as soon as word gets around?
I'd rather speak to the magistrate rather than have him have to come and get us. Give townsfolk the wrong idea.
You
All right.
Notice the eyes kind of upon you as a group of halflings stand behind you, led by Sybil there. Oh, what is going on? The girl said there's a severed head here.
Boy,
Sybil.
I'm afraid this has to do with the villain that is living in your woods. I think perhaps we need to talk to the magistrate.
Aye, he's a dangerous fella. We've been looking for him, but it seems he settled down here. And who knows who he could do this to next. We need to figure out some way to get rid of him.
Well, this sounds like a long-legged problems to me. We're simple folks, farmers, you know? So if you wish to go talk to the magistrate, I'm all for it, sir.
We're going to do that, but I hate to say it, but this may not just be a tall folks problem. The head in the basket belongs to a dwarf. This fella, he makes no difference between simple folk and great, between tall folk and small. He has different motivations.
I'm downright... looks around the people. Yes, the magistrate will help us, and the guard will be on duty, and it shouldn't be a problem.
Aye, and we'll look into it as well. We've seen his work before. We're here to get him. That's why we came. So no one has anything to worry about. And he's kind of addressing the crowd more than anything.
There's a lot of murmurs in the crowd, and Sybil turns around and raises his hands, his stubby fingers waving into the air. All right, all you, go home. Lock your doors. Just take it easy now. There's nothing to be afraid of. These long legs and the magistrate that'll all settle it out. Come on, come on. He begins to kind of shoo them away and cast a glance over his shoulder and frowns at the three of you as he begins to herd the halflings back to their homes.
Well, I suppose we'll go speak to him.
Aye, that's a good idea.
Oiri, you needn't have to explain anything. Just let Zab do the talking on this. You're obviously very upset, and just take a few moments to collect yourself.
Oiri nods at DEVNET and takes a breath of air in and out before walking over to the wicker basket that's now closed, and she picks it up so that she can carry it with them.
Are you sure you want to carry it?
It needs to be disposed of.
Well, of course, I meant I'll lend you a hand if you'd rather.
Oh, no, thank you.
All right,
One
then.
way or another, we need to show the magistrate so he knows what's going on. Proper.
All right, let's head over.
Aye. Hopefully things go well. We already warned him, so he knows this could be happening. And, yeah, Zavis quite angrily stomps more than anything off that direction.
Yeah, we all head over.
Yeah, you walk the couple 100 feet to the magistrate's home and office, which is a building above ground, where most are below ground. You see the lights flicker from inside the windows as the night is approaching. There's no one outside guarding it. No one bars your approach.
Yeah, Zavis knocks.
After a few moments, the door is open and it's the sergeant looking at you. Back again? What for this time?
Urgent matters. There's a dead man. He'll kind of nod his head over towards Irie and motion for her to show him.
She kind of sets the basket down and removes
you remove the head, the soldier looks down and then back up at you. He takes a step back and turns. Magistrate! You hear a rumble. Well, what is it this time? You see Magistrate Hickey waddling in your direction. Back again? I thought we had a deal.
Aye, we did. Remember the fellow we warned you about?
The juggler?
Aye, he kind of motions towards the head. He left a message. He knows we're coming for him. And he seems to, well, as you can see.
He looks at the head. Oh, put that away. I do not want to see it.
Aye, of course.
Gregory puts the lid back on.
We did not wish to turn your stomach, but it's important you understand the kind of animal we're dealing with.
What I see is you brought danger to our doorstep here in Branfenshire. I can tell you that the king wishes this place to be safe.
Aye, and we do as well. I think you know that, judging from our encounter before. But here's the issue. He was already here. We came to try and get him out of here for you. Now we want to help. We want to get rid of him. But we may need help in turn. If he kills us, right, when we go out to try and deal with him, we have no idea what he could do here.
Well, I have my guard.
Aye, you do. And do you think the whole village is safe?
They're simple folk, just halflings. No one's safe here, not really.
Aye, that's the problem. But if we can get rid of him, it'll be far safer.
What do you want me to do then, dwarf?
Well, me and me fellas are gonna come up with some plans. Try and figure out a better idea of that place in the forest where he's holding. If you have any men that would be willing to go to help us, that would be most appreciated. Or any kind of information on the place that would be able to allow us to better set up.
I don't know much about it, honestly. The woman, the healer girl, she knows the most about it. I think knows those woods well. As far as my men, well, who's going to stay back and protect the village?
Aye, that's a concern. But given this, he knows that we're the ones hunting him. That's who he'd be waiting for. He's no reason to come in here so long as he thinks we can get the ones that are out for him, proper, away first. But if we go down, I can't say what he'll do next.
Well, perhaps I should simply write a message to the king. Send the rider off and we wait.
You can do that, but this man, he has little in the way of patience. By the time help arrives, there'll be bodies piled up on your doorstep, no doubt. We aren't really going to ask you for much. We thought you needed to be informed so that you could protect the town, but perhaps a little bit in the way of spare arrows, some leather armor for my friend, and maybe ask around the guard if there's some men who were sailors in their previous duty. Perhaps, this is a long shot, but there might be a spyglass somewhere in the village.
If we can scout it out, find him, take care of him before he can hurt anyone else, that'd be best.
I'll ask around about the spyglass. The leather armor, I don't see why not. Many of my men wear armor underneath their chain. The leather sort. Who's looking to wear it? I don't think it'll fit you. He's looking at Zavis.
Oh, I'm fine. I'm tough as nails anyway. Hopefully.
It's for Red here. She just We need to protect her as much as possible.
Well, I'll see if I can find something that fits. Just like the last, my men are wider in the chest, and you know how it is, big men, fighting men. But perhaps we can find something.
Aye, well, she's not
Anything would
much of
be
a fighter,
appreciated.
so loose is better than nothing.
Go ahead, Larry.
Anything would be appreciated.
Well, give me an hour or two, and I'll get back with you.
Thank you.
And please don't forget the arrows. We're going to need quite a few.
Arrows, I think I can supply with plenty.
Lovely.
Well then, I think we'll be over at the tavern discussing some things. If you need to find us.
Aye, we'll get a plan set up and deal with them swiftly.
He nods, looks to the sergeant. Sergeant, start patrols. No man sleeps until this villain is disposed of. And the sergeant nods, walks out the door.
Alright. Well, to the tavern, I suppose. As I said, we'll get some plans made. Thank you again. You've been a great help in this.
Well, whatever Magistrate Hickey can do.
We'll do our best to keep your people safe.
Aye.
I appreciate that. He takes a deep breath and goes to find his writing utensils to write a letter. And you're just going back to the tavern, correct?
Think so, yeah.
The building next door is the tavern. You walk in and there's one candle burning, but there's no one inside. Abandoned. Where there was warmth and merriment before, there's now emptiness and what you suspect is a great deal of fear.
Well, to our dooms, I suppose.
This is grim.
Aye, of course. Door just landed on all these folks' heads. Might as well have. They don't see this kind of thing often, I think.
DEVNET's gonna walk behind the bar and find some spirits, and she's gonna pour a glass for everyone, but 2 fingers of something strong for Irie.
Yeah. You're able to procure a bottle of spirits and pour what you wish.
She looks at the bottle of spirits and thinks and says, well, this gives me an idea as well. Let's all have a seat. Council of Wartime. She
Aye.
pops down the drink in front of Irie. This should sustain your spirits a little.
Irie picks up the glass and kind of looks it over, and then kind of hesitantly takes a sip and coughs a little bit from the kick. Thank you.
So then, there's a lot of ways we can do this. Let's really sit while and think about it. I was thinking perhaps luring the bastard out.
I think if there's any chance there's someone else involved in there, someone he's going to put in danger, and she looks askance at Irie, that would be critical.
Aye.
Irie is holding her head with both her hands at the temple, and then sighs a bit. If he does have anyone, really, how are we going to help them?
By killing him. It's
By
that simple.
separating him from them as fast as quickly as we can.
Aye.
In my time with the Black Company, we had a similar situation where we were trying to draw an enemy away from his reinforcements, and we used a trick or two. Maybe we can modify it for this situation.
Aye. One way or another, Irie, you need to be careful. If he does have one of your family, and even if he has a blade to their throat, you need to be ready to act. Because I've seen that type before, Irie, listen. And he will kill them as soon as he kills you.
Then I won't die. I'll figure out a way.
I know that you've got some tricks up your sleeves these days, and I have no doubt that they're going to be very handy.
Aye.
I do have the bombs, the northern wind, I think is what it's called. It'll freeze anything in its radius. I have two. One from what is her name? The Bar Maiden's mother, the healer.
Oh, aye. I know who you mean. But regardless, aye, that should do. Lock him up for a bit. Give DEVNET time to shoot him in the fucking head.
Particularly if he does happen to be in a situation where he's threatening someone else. That those few moments of frozen time will come in very handy.
Aye.
But you can't let him see it coming.
Well, I don't know how to avoid having him see it.
I don't know how he'd know that you even had this ability, and this is something you've learned recently. I'm just saying that first time you use it, you might be able to surprise him. Come at him with a dagger in your other hand. Maybe he'll be focused on that.
Aye, that bomb you have, you said it just freezes people up, right? Does
Yes.
it hurt?
No, but in their state, they're a bit more susceptible.
Well then, I suppose, if worse comes to worse and you get stuck close with him, just drop one. Don't even throw it.
That's perhaps a good idea, but then that means that I'm quite close to him. Do you think he...
Like I said, worst case. But if it comes to that, we may be able to close in time, and that'll be important.
Do we even know how powerful this man is?
No fucking idea. He might just off us all. He's been looking to kill a witcher, the lass. It's not gonna be easy. All witchers do for anything is get ready for it. That's like the whole point of what they do. So someone like that is not anyone I'd ever want to deal with. To be honest, if we were sane, we would all be getting ready to pack up and leave.
But
I can't do that if anyone is a hostage.
I think we're past the point of no return, especially with that possibility.
I suppose we are. Well, there's nothing for it. Let's get our heads down. I got some paper. We'll get some plans going and see what we can figure out.
Zavis, do you think
Aye.
we should... Do you think Dryden would care if we gave him an update?
I don't know. Maybe. Aye, probably.
At least if
he knew we were in
anything
danger.
were to happen to us, he would know.
AAC. I'll write something up. At least if the vicar gets us, Dryden will, well, maybe then he'll have proper reason to go get the bastard.
Savas, speaking of writing, I know you're always carrying paper around with you.
Hey,
Can you pull some out? I've got some ideas floating around in my head, but I'm sure you can word it better than me.
hey. Yeah, kind of digs through the kind of pack he always keeps with him and pulls out, essentially it's almost kind of like a scroll case, right? Sort of thing. He pulls some paper out of, and flattens it on the table.
I think maybe we get close enough to leave him some messages. A taunt of our own that he'll have a hard time passing up or wanting to respond to. Something that he'll at least want to be drawn out in order to read.
Ain't a bad idea. Well, if we can at least get him out, we have the advantage, eh? Alright, let's see what we can think up then. Did we want to do the fade right here? And
Yeah,
we
I
can
think we're gonna
summarize
go
the
down
plan.
the characters so we can tell them what we're planning on doing.
Cool. Yeah, so many
Alright.
fucking things.
All right. Do
Yeah.
you want to kind of summarize with our sort of loosey-goosey step-by-step plan? What we're the things we're trying to accomplish?
Yeah, seems like the best bet. Let me pop that up so I don't forget anything. But yeah, so overall, right, it's looking to set up a good number of messages for him, right, written and tied to arrows. Shoot those into like the burnt down village or whatever building he seems like he might be in, right, and kind of around the area so that he has to go out to get them, essentially.
We're going to try to stay as far away as we can and reasonably get a number of messages in there. And so one of the things that honestly is first on our list is we have to talk to the halfling woman and get as detailed as possible directions and hand-drawn map to get to find that place.
She did offer to
Yep.
take you to remember that part.
Oh yeah, that's not bad.
She can come if she wants, and certainly if she has any healing ability, that would be great. But
Do we want to risk her life though?
Yeah, we don't want to give him another potential hostage, really.
Yeah.
I think maybe she's probably the best judge of her capabilities. So maybe leave it
Yeah.
to her.
Yeah, I guess if she volunteers and is like really, like I want to help out, then sure.
Another thought that I forgot to mention today is while we're here at the bar, Irie, you can possibly just make some real simple, spirits bombs, just
Molotov cocktail?
Molotov cocktails. We probably wouldn't call them
Yeah,
that.
we would.
But
Wait, is that even a thing that I could make, Ted?
well, the thing is that it's something that I could make. So I think
Yeah, they're pretty basic.
Yeah, I would let you do that without a roll. I'd probably just give him like 2d6 fire damage or something.
right.
Okay.
It just might give you a little something extra.
Well, then in the sense of realism, how is she going to set it on fire?
We would need a lit torch, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, so we'd have.
So that's
we'd
going.
have flint strikers essentially, right? Which are aren't that.
I mean, that would take some time. You couldn't just say,
Crazy.
one round I light the cocktail
Yeah,
with
exactly.
flint
Yeah.
striker, right? That might take
Or
10
maybe you
rounds.
have a hooded lantern or something. I don't know, whatever.
I think
but
Yeah, the concern is making sure he doesn't see it
you
ahead
can
of
get
time.
lanterns and torches from the magistrate. That wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, because if
Okay.
we have a lantern, right, that is like fully covered essentially, so where it's not shedding light, and then you just pop it open and stick the head in, and then throw it, right? That would work.
Yeah.
I think that'd be our best.
I was thinking about that. I was like, we don't have lighters.
Yeah.
So I think that's
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's a good one.
I wanted to see if the halfling lady could or had any of what I don't know what the magic bombs are called. I want to call them puffballs, but
bombs.
dimaterium.
Oh, the dimeridium.
It- Yeah, just in case, because we don't know what we're walking into, and I would fund that out of my little bit of
Yeah.
hoarded things. DEVNET always pretends to be poor, so Zavis will just pay for
Yeah, I mean, he would anyway. But it makes him feel better when he thinks he's like genuinely doing some service, right?
Oh gosh. Okay, so would that be feasible for us to get the materials and try to make the
Oh, you just stick some cloth in.
no, the magic null bomb.
Well,
No,
that's what I was
don't
hoping.
think so.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that's one
You
of
wouldn't
those
have
like
time.
hope they
Well,
have
and
it.
it depends how long you want to take, right? You want to take.
No. I think we're probably going to try to leave tonight, if
Yeah.
possible,
Okay.
or today. Yeah, well,
Air
it's
quotes.
not tonight,
It's like
so I guess
6
probably
p.m. -ish.
tomorrow,
Yeah.
because we wouldn't reach there before dark. So probably tomorrow, we would
Mhm.
put this plan into action. Okay, I want ribbons, or colorful bits of cloth. I want the
Oh,
arrow
Zavis has that.
to.
You keep that, that's not bad.
He has spare clothes.
I want to put them on the arrows so that they really stand out when she's shooting them in there. And I also, we were talking about kind of doing a circumference and shooting them from different
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah, so we basically, like, the concept is shoot him, like, kind of circle the place and shoot him from different angles so that he can't tell necessarily where it, like, so that they're not all from one direction so he doesn't know, oh yeah, they're right there. Right.
And we were talking about DEVNET being closer than the others because she's stealthier, but we kind of wanted to travel parallel. So we may want to mark a spot as the meetup spot in case you actually lose sight of me.
Yeah, so if you don't mind me just doing like a little mini doodle here, right? So DevNet would be like there, right? I chose the worst, brightest spot on the thing to do it, right? But so imagine DevNet is there, right? And say like the village is up, this way, etc. Whereas we would be kind of staggered like this, right? So that we're within like decent her shooting distance, right? But to where if like say he like slips out, comes around, this way to come for us, like she and like we see it, right? That's the other thing we wanted to get was a whistle.
Oh, you
or
want
a
probably everyone probably wants a whistle, and I'm
Yeah.
thinking that's a common kid toy. The halflings will probably have whistle.
I would think so. Here, I think particularly easy to get them.
Yeah, so that way if anything happens, right, we can signal her and she'll be able to just shoot straight at him the moment he closes on us,
So
if that
this,
happens.
This is the house, the red.
So yeah, imagine like that's the village or house or whatever is there, right? Because we don't necessarily know what's left standing, right? And so if he were to come around or something, we're basically going to kind of circle around, right? Like so. Around the place, like shooting the arrows, they're different angles. He doesn't know where we're sitting, essentially. Moving like this, staggered, so that she has a clean line of shot at us, right? But we're separated so that he doesn't necessarily spot us, since she has kind of the better stealth, or so that he doesn't spot her necessarily, more than anything.
So I think that's pretty much our plan, and like most plans, it'll probably just fall apart, but it's better than just frontal
That is the
assault
plan
on
that
it.
they come up with in the tavern.
After they've been drinking.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if he comes for us, we want to, we don't want to split the group, right? But we want to be separated, right? In the weirdest kind of way.
So yeah,
Zavis managed to get a hold of some Mahakam spirit, so he's all into the planning right now.
So not Iris, Irie making some bombs from high-proof alcohol spirits here, asking the halfling lady, if she has a dimaterium bomb that we could buy, asking her to draw us a map or guide us there. And we've already talked to the magistrate, and we're going to get the armor,
And some
arrows,
whistles.
some whistles, and he's going to see if they have a spyglass, which may just be like a random.
Yeah,
maybe
if we can,
roll.
if we can't, then fuck
that would be like a huge
it.
lucky
The cherry
break.
on top, yeah,
So
of the we're fucked Sunday.
I would say for the spyglass, if someone wants to roll luck.
who's lucky?
Not
Yeah.
me.
Let's see. I don't think I'm particularly lucky either.
Man, you know what's funny? I just realized we have the colors of Neapolitan ice cream almost.
Yeah, my luck's only a 4.
What's yours?
And make
Okay.
sure you're at your maximum for luck too. So if you used any last time,
Oh yeah,
you should be able to max.
yeah, I know.
So Ori has 5, DEVNET has 4.
Well, I heard it is. Zavis has 3. He's not the luckiest bard.
Wow.
Um,
All right. So
mostly
what am
just
I
He
rolling?
makes
Roll
his
that off
own
your
luck.
off your sheet. The luck roll. You'll see a D10 next to your luck. You just click that.
Can you spend luck on your luck?
No.
Clever. Oof.
What
Well,
is with fumble?
You fumbled twice already, so no, you did not find a spyglass.
No.
Oh my.
Get him out of the
got-
way now, right?
Yeah, let's see. Yeah.
I
Get
got
the
all
bad
those
rolls
ones
out.
last session for, even trying to get a bomb.
Cool. Yeah, so we can just stick at it for, what do you think, probably an hour or so? More like hour and a half, 2 hours maybe, like really plotting everything out, like getting an idea. We discussed a lot of different things, right, depending on the situation, like the fact that Irie is not to run in under any circumstances until it's time for the bombs, right?
I know at some point Oiri's going to want to bury a Big Belly Bin's head somewhere, probably under a tree where it's all nice and pretty.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Although, yeah, we might want to wait until we get there, right? Well, yeah, maybe ahead of time. Because we can't ahead of time. But we can always just, if he has the body there, I guess we can just get it and like, put it with the head. But
Yeah.
God, I feel like that's the setup for a Witcher monster. Is like someone being buried without their head, right? Or separately from it, right? It's like the perfect setup. But yeah, so I think that's the general plan, right? Is the main thing is getting him out in the open, right? And luring him into combat anywhere but indoors.
Because we know
Essentially.
he's got surprises for us, and we just don't want to walk right into it.
Well, and
Yeah.
also we need to keep Oiri's emotions in check.
Yeah. And Zavis's main concern is getting him after Zavis, right? Because he wants to keep them away so that's part of why DEVNET is spaced out, right? Is so that hopefully he doesn't spot her. That way he'll be stuck on Zavis, right? Well, she can just freely plink at him, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean that's the gist of the plan is like set the messages and wait for him to come out for it, pretty much, and hope that he's not waiting out in the fucking forest.
All right. You want to tell him what our note's going to say in case he actually
Oh
reads?
Christ! Yeah. I think
You don't have
yeah,
to
'cause
go with
overall
what
we were
I
planning
said.
on- Yeah, let's go with what you had because I liked that. That was sufficiently
All right, I think it's open. I don't have it open.
I'm looking for it. Sorry. Yeah, because I can't think of anything suitably biting at the moment. But I mean, yeah. To summarize, though, it's basically going to be like something rather pointed to kind of something that basically says, "Hey, we're gonna fucking go get Dryden. Have fun waiting for us." Essentially, right?
Yeah. We didn't want to leave without saying goodbye.
Yeah.
Okay, so I think it was. Let me open that up.
Oh yeah, there it is.
All right, go ahead and read it. I'll take
Yeah,
credit for
so
the cheesiness.
let me. Yeah, I was gonna say it is pretty cheese. The Witcher's bloodhounds you have treed. It is time for the master to come in for the kill. But we couldn't leave without saying goodbye, old friend. Rest in pieces.
Right,
So-
like we trying to leave the impression that we were just there to hunt him down.
Yeah, like we've tracked him. Now we're gonna send Dryden in, and we're fucking outie, right? Basically.
Okay.
How did I find that? That is like all the way up there.
All right, so I think that's where we can kind of say maybe from there it's night, we go to bed. In the morning, we start putting things into action.
Sure.
Or do we want to go tonight even?
The problem with
How
that
far
is
away?
we won't be able to
Oh, yeah, it
see
was a ways
any.
away, wasn't it?
It'll be pitch black. He'll see us coming if we have light. And if
True.
there's any tripwire traps or I don't know what this guy's skill set is, we'll be running right in.
Yeah, if we
Yeah,
do
so
go
midday
during
is-
the day, then we won't have to worry too much about the lantern light
That's
for
very
the
true.
for the Molotovs.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean we can wrap that enough to where it wouldn't really shine anything outward anyway, and something enough for you to like just pin it and then pull it loose and then like light it if need be. I imagine there would be one thing Zavas would bring up, which I'm sure was shot down quite aggressively, is the idea of just shooting, and this is after he had been drinking a bit, is just shooting a fucking fire arrow at whatever he's staying in. Right.
Hell no.
Yeah, exactly.
Irie would be like, no, hostages.
It's just like,
He may not have anyone, but he might.
yeah, going out with fire, not the best way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess, yeah, that gives us a bit more time to prep, and yeah, going at daytime would give us a slightly higher advantage. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, so I suppose we'd probably, what do you think, we'd set out like nearing dusk the next day, I guess? Or
Right after we've
You
done
probably
everything
could-
we can
You
during
could
the
probably talk to everybody and do what you got to do in a few hours. I mean, you could probably leave by noon if everything goes well.
oh yeah, we could leave like super early, so that it's like,
I mean, we really, once we get there, we can wait and wait and wait. We just pick a spot once we've done our thing and just
yeah.
wait. Just keep an
Yeah,
eye
that's
on
not a
it.
bad idea. That gives us more daytime, right? Which means like if he were to head out, we would spot him much, much easier. So yeah,
Yeah.
the closer to dawn more so than anything, so that it's like kind of hazy, but gives us time to get those off with it not being super high visibility.
Yeah, you can talk to people now, right? I mean, that's
Yeah.
not...
Mm-hmm.
Well, let's do that. Let's see what we can get done now.
Yeah, so I think it was mainly the healer.
And
Mhm.
Irie, do you want to come or do you want to start making your little fiery surprise?
Yeah, I guess she would need to have all of that prepared. So is that something that she could have done last night as they were like discussing things, or?
I think that's where we are.
Yeah,
like we're
you're not
Yeah, I
going to
think
bed,
we're-
right? So you're going to
Okay.
just... Yeah, I think that is really quite simple. It would not take you much to just stuff some rags and some spirit bottles, right?
Yeah.
That's essentially what it is, and then affix
Yeah.
the rags so they just don't pop out of the bottle or something, right?
Yeah, ideally split, like find a couple extra empty bottles, right, and split it half and half between, so you're not like dumping a full one in necessarily.
Yeah, I think you probably have about 4 of those.
Yeah. And Zavas will fucking cover the fucking bill. when
You're just
he
taking
gets
them
around
at this
to it.
point.
Zavis would like leave a note and coin like with suitable payment. Yeah. So.
Sorry.
That's fine. All right, so you finish that as you're talking, and then you head over to Helena's house. You walk there, you find the door open, and Gendra sitting on the cusp of the round door that heads inside.
Oh, well, hello there.
Oh, hello there. Such a fright.
Oh, everything that's been going on. I forgot. We've been kind of tucked away in the tavern planning some things, so it gets so quiet it's hard to realize that everyone's scared.
Everyone but my ma. I think they're all hiding. Mother said to open the doors to make sure that they knew that we weren't.
Clever. Hey, well, do you mind if we speak with your ma, eh?
I think she's waiting. Come on in, come in.
Hey.
You see Polena seated almost exactly where she was before when you were there earlier in the day. She turns, looks at you. A bit of a frown on her face. Back, I see. The death is coming, as I told you.
Hey. A lot sooner than I would have hoped. We're looking for some more assistance if you have any way of helping us. If you were to be willing to guide us out that way, it'd be appreciated, but we understand if you... I don't know if you could help us draw a map up.
Oh, a map is fine and all, but not the same. I'll go.
Are you
As
sure?
Gendra said, I'm not afraid. What we are fated for, we are fated for. There's no changing your fate. To change your fate brings pain upon yourself.
I suppose. Though back home the whole idea was a bit more, what you do switches it around a bit, and what you're gonna do switches it a bit around. It's a bit convoluted that way though, so I do like talking about it. But I feel you. Alright, if you're willing, then it would be of great help.
I am. I'll take you there.
The last time we were here, you gave our Oiri a very welcome gift, and I was wondering if that happened to be a skill set of yours.
For some things. Were you looking for something particular?
Oiri, I can never keep these things straight in my head. What is it that you were trying to learn the other day?
Diameter. Yeah, that is close enough. Wow, I can't even pronounce it.
Dimeritium?
Yes.
Ah, yes. Unfortunately, I do not know how to make that. I am sorry. I have never had any reason to do so.
Hey, I can't say I like this stuff much anyway.
It would take me some time to make anything else, I'm afraid, unless you have days to spare, which it does not seem that you do.
We do
No.
not. Thank you. Regardless.
I'm sure your assistance will be more valuable than anything.
Aye.
We plan to leave just at
Aye. Closer to the daybreak, the better. Or just before, since it'll take a bit.
I'm ready to go whenever.
Aye, well, let's go gather up the things from our other assistants, and I suppose we could get on soon.
We'll meet you here when we're ready to leave.
Fair enough. I'll
Aye,
be here.
lovely. Thank you again.
She nods. As you're leaving, Gendra comes up. Please take care of my ma.
Oh, aye,
Well-
aye.
We'll do our best.
She's proud and strong, but I don't know what I would do without her.
Yeah, Zabas kind of puts a hand on her head and pats it. Hey, don't worry, it'll be alright. We'll keep her safe as we can.
All right. I trust you. I trust you.
Aye. Well, you keep a good watch in your house, then, while we're away. And, be careful. You never know what this fella'd be up to.
Of course. I'll be here. I'll fight him if I have to. She smiles.
Aye, aye, I expect you do quite well.
She steps back out of your way, opening the doorway for you to exit, where the two tall folk have to stoop down to cross the barrier.
Oh, by the way, do you think you could round up a few whistles?
Oh, whistles. Aye, I could. I'll have them.
That would be very helpful, Gendra.
If you say so. I'll get them.
Aye, lovely. I damn near forgot. Thank you, Dev.
So many things to keep straight.
Aye. The spirit didn't help.
Blasphemer.
Probably use a bit of spirits.
Well, I suppose the magistrate should have things ready then. Let's go there next.
Right.
Head back to the magistrates. As you get there, you're ushered in immediately by another guard. See Conrad Hickey sitting at a bench, writing quickly. You notice that there's various notes, letters all sealed. He turns over his shoulder. Well, you've returned. Well, I was able to find some gambesons for the girl and padded leggings. A bit loose, perhaps, but could tie him down with some twine, maybe.
Aye, that should do. I see you've been busy.
Well, old Conrad Hickey here has one goal. Keep this place safe. This is the king's land, and the king's land that supports the kingdom. The wheat fields, the barley, the grain. Can't have some madman going around and killing the people.
Aye, that's for sure. Well, hopefully he won't have a chance. We'll be setting out soon, try and get there around dawn, so we can deal with him proper.
Well, I do wish you luck for certain. The gambeson's over there on the chair, girl. Feel free to grab it and put it on.
Oiri walks over and retrieves the leather padded armor. And I guess it just slips on over what she has.
If you want, yeah, it's fine.
Okay, cool. She's gonna adorn them and...
You adorn yourself with the padded gambeson. Tighten it up where you can. It's a bit loose-fitted. He is just riding very, very quickly, barely paying attention to what's going on at this point. Oh, and the spyglass, sorry, asked my men. None to be found, I'm afraid.
Well, that was a slim chance. And my arrows, were I able to round?
Oh, yes, they should be rounded up at the barracks now. I'll have them brought to you soon.
Lovely.
Well, all right then. Shall we get back? You can have some writing to do. Then maybe we can catch an hour or two of sleep.
Aye, no bad idea.
Where he kind of does a lunge to get a feel of the...
Yeah,
the
it's
leg.
awkward. It's really awkward for you. You're not used to wearing something so thick and constrictive.
Looks quite fetching on you.
Oh, it'll have to do.
Well, perhaps if you all make it out of this, I'll have the local tailor fit it for you. He's an excellent sort.
Well, that'd be quite kind of you. Well then, aye. Let's see if we can finish preparations, get at least half a wink, hey. And see what we can do.
Good luck, as I said. Let me lay watch over you.
Aye, luck be with you, Magistrate.
He goes back to riding.
Right, what else do we have to do?
Just, I think, write the messages and attach them to the arrows, and I'll ribbon them up. And then maybe we'll just take shifts so that we don't oversleep, but catch a couple hours.
Sounds like a plan.
Aye.
So I guess we head back to the tavern, and that's what we do. Can we take a 5-minute break?
Sure.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay.
Okay, I am hearing rumbling. So there's apparently a thunderstorm coming around. If I do get kicked off, that's a rarity, but if I do get kicked off, that's why.
Okay.
And I could probably get on like my phone or something. The quality will be bad, but I could probably do it on my phone and my tablet so I'll be able to get back on. It just might take me a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. I'll work with whatever happens. I did add your armor to your character sheet.
Oh, hot, thanks.
All right, I'm back.
Okay. Just waiting for waking up. Did you want to bury the head before you left? It might be a nice segue before you move
Yes.
to the...
I think that's a great idea.
Hello, I'm back.
Welcome back.
The night passes without any sort of problem. The mayor, Sybil, comes to check on you briefly. But all in all, everyone's scared and stays indoors. Next day you find a 4 quivers full of arrows, overstuffed even.
Hey.
And outside Pelena's home, she waits.
Mm-hmm.
So if you want to do that, what we just discussed, go ahead.
Yeah, so we were, did you say we were going to bury head? Sorry?
Yeah, I think that's what
Yes.
the discussion was.
Oiri, did you want to take care of your friend before we headed out into the forest?
I would prefer it. It doesn't seem right just letting him rot in a wicker basket.
Well, Pelena lives in a nice little patch, quite a few trees nearby.
Hey.
Perhaps she wouldn't mind.
I guess when we get there, I can ask.
It's not a bad idea. Seems like a good enough spot.
As you're
So,
walking to her home, you see outside that there's a small orchard of apple trees.
I think that looks like a very nice spot. Quite picturesque here. The sun just picking up between the...
Hey, you'll always have something to eat.
I think perhaps I'll request a location around the orchard.
Right. Sure to be happy.
Oiri is kind of more cradling the basket, and she seems kind of contemplative and distant in thought as she walks alongside DEVNET and Zavi.
As you pass Pelena's home. She's standing there outside the door. She looks to the three of you, strangely says, "You can. It won't be the first. It won't be the
Sorry.
last, I think."
Can what?
Bury your friend.
Do you have-
Taken aback by Pelena's just sense of knowing, she, stiffens up and then relaxes, nods her head. Thank you. And you said it wasn't the first time?
My husband's buried there. It is a nice spot. She looks over to her left and grabs a trowel and walks forward. Come on, I'll show you where.
Thank you. Oyuri follows her.
I follow out too.
Savas keeps a fair distance, really, kind of watching over everything. Just looking over the village and kind of every now and again glancing over to him.
Yeah, when you're looking across the village, it's very different from the first scene where you'd come in, where there are many people in the fields and walking about, smiling. There's literally no one out besides the four of you. And Polena takes you to underneath this grove of trees, apple trees and other beautiful, very ornate trees there. And she finds a spot in between two of the apple trees and turns. And this is a good spot, I think. Here, if you wish to bury yourself.
She takes the trowel and gives a nod and thanks before going in and digging into the earth. She's very quiet as she does it. And then she'll dig out a hole that would be sufficiently deep enough to hold the wicker basket and still be completely submerged.
Yeah, it takes you a few minutes, but it's not a large hole that you're forced to build or dig. And after a while, you're able to put the basket into the ground and cover it.
Yeah, Zavis actually kind of calls out. He's kind of been looking over the village as was, but then he kind of sees you about to start tossing dirt on. Oh, hey, wait a moment. He kind of shuffles over and pulls a half-empty bottle out of his pack. I already had a bit myself, but for the way out for him, right? No dwarfs should go off without Markham spirit, eh?
Right, I guess.
You just think of it as my way of sending him off. And he sets the bottle down in with the head.
He was a good man. He didn't deserve this.
He seemed like a good fella. Well, we'll just have to do even more good to the fella that did this, then, eh? Make up for it.
He didn't seem to be a warrior, but he made a bit of a sanctuary for many, I think. And that's worth honouring.
I don't understand why Ten Blades targeted the caravan to begin with. He's after Dryden. Why would he go after the caravan?
I do think it matters. I think some folk kill. That's the way of the world.
I
some
can't-
folk die.
I can't help but think that perhaps my involvement has made this happen.
Nay, I don't think so. Nay more than anyone else could have. It's nae you. It's just... He kind of turns towards Polena. I suppose it's just the way fate plays, eh?
Oiri looks over at Polena as well.
She looks at both of you but doesn't give an affirmation of that. She just stands there looking idly at what you're doing.
But regardless, there's no point in blaming yourself. Things like this happen. One way or another, we'll do what we can. For him and anyone else that fell to him.
And hopefully prevent further pain and loss.
Aye. Aye.
Oiri takes the last bit of dirt and pats it on top of the mound. I'm sorry. I'm really sorry about that. And she gets up.
As you lay your friend to rest, Polena stands there waiting. I'm ready. Are you?
I am.
I suppose as ready as I'll ever be.
I was born ready.
Well, let's go get the bastard. Or, die trying and all that.
Don't be so morbid.
I don't think you grasp the situation. There's no better way to make being, make such a situation light than being morbid. Right?
I don't know, it kind of makes me feel a bit terrible.
Yeah, I guess it sort of just dulls it by now for me, right? I mean, this many years on the road will do that to you.
I've seen a lot in my time, but not anything so targeted.
We've seen quite a bit, and we're older than you'd think. But still, even for us, this is something. Something for your book service.
Aye. I suppose the best I can do is make it a bestseller, aye. See how well it does.
Remember, Oiri, if you get in trouble, you've got that whistle.
Hi, yeah.
Aye.
I'll remember that. She takes the whistle in hand and kind of holds it as a mental reminder of the object.
Okay. Alrighty. With that, Polena begins to walk through the town. You see heads poking out windows looking at you as you're walking past. Looks of concern, looks of fear. Until your feet push past the edge of the hamlet and you begin walking through the fields towards a surprisingly dark bit of trees in the distance. It is early in the day. Unfortunately, the light is strong enough to push through the trees and guide your path. You look about, there's nothing odd seeming about this place as you push out into the woods.
DEVNET is going to keep her eye out for any sign of, just in case they happen to come across his trail that he took to get into the village.
Go ahead and give me wilderness survival.
Yeah, in the meanwhile, I was just kind of just keeping a general eye out for him or anyone, really.
She has a bloodhound ability. I was going to look at it to see if that applied. I think she gets to add that to her wilderness survival check, her level in that.
Ooh. Tasty.
Yep. Yep, that's correct. Man at arms loses a trail or tracking his belly, taking a working on a DC to 6. Okay, yep.
Alright, she's just got 2 to... So she'll roll that.
Yeah, you don't see anything that's apparent at all.
Oh, I think she gets to add that, actually, to her wilderness survival. I don't think that the wilderness survival actually got rolled in that.
Oh, yeah, no. You would roll... Okay, so you rolled a 3 plus a 5. Okay, hold on. Let's see what you rolled.
I just rolled off the
so
sheet.
whatever
That may
rank
not
your
have...
bloodhound
Yeah, you probably should
value
have
is.
rolled wilderness survival instead of that. Is that out of intelligence, bloodhound? It is. So everything's correct except Yeah, I see. Just add wilderness survival to that.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll roll the wilderness survival.
You already got it. It's
Or, well,
16.
just
You
the
rolled a
value.
16.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled a 16. That's what that would be. 'Cause
Okay.
It would just add wilderness survival.
Got it. Okay.
You do see some footsteps or tracks this way and that. Some are going deeper into the woods. Some are walking back towards the hamlet. But they eventually do disappear. I'm not sure if the person didn't go straight forward or double back. It's kind of hard to tell.
Sure. One thing she's looking to see if she can see if all the footprints look like they belong to the same person.
They do appear to be boot prints of relatively the same size. The ground is a bit wet, which helps you. Polina informs you that there was a pretty big rainstorm that came through a few days ago, and that further you get into the woods, it gets a bit marshy. You get closer to actually broken.
As DEVNET passes some of the clear prints, she'll point them out. If what Polina says is true and people don't come out here much, these may very well belong to our friend.
Hey. Well, that bodes well, I suppose.
I don't know if he's doubling back. I'm sure he's a sneaky bastard, but I can't really seem to see where they go from here.
Well, let's hope they go into somewhere isolated that we can keep track of him, I suppose, as we said. Hopefully he's now just waiting for us in the woods. So the moment we settle down to wait for him, he just offs us. That'd be bad.
Well, take it slow, take it quiet, and keep your ears and eyes open. Everyone.
Hey.
All right.
Yeah, as I was just doing just that, he's kind of been taking in the whole area as much as possible, and really, it's rare to see him quite so on edge.
Yeah, you continue through the woods with Polina on the lead. It's another hour or so to the village. And this is after a couple hours of walking. I don't know how you want to take it when we'll come out and there'll be an opening, a rather wide one with some buildings that I assume are in disrepair these days. It's been a while since I've been this far.
We want
usually
to
come out here to gather herbs and such.
we want to stay well within the tree cover, and I'll be the closest of all. I think we're going to separate a bit once we get within sight of that clearing. Work our way counterclockwise.
Well, I think that's possible. I don't know exactly where this fella is, but there is one house that is still standing. Last I saw was in decent shape.
That might be it.
Hopefully. We'll want to leave the messages all the way around so that, just in case he is somewhere else, he sees them at least.
And then I think we should backtrack a bit along our path, and I'll mark a tree with a bright ribbon for the meetup spot, in case you lose sight of me.
Aye. Seems good.
Just pushing forward then.
Yep. Everybody trying to keep conversation practically non-existent.
Yeah, so that's mainly keeping an eye out more than anything.
The closer they get, the more DEVNET is glancing at the ground and looking for hunters' traps and alarms that might have been rigged.
Why don't you give me another wilderness survival roll?
Ooh, there you go.
You actually do not see anything. No traps, no tracks. You're fairly sure that if there were traps along the way, you would see them. Your eyes are very keen from your birth, and your heightened sense of danger and all that, right? So I'm pretty sure that you would have spotted them, but you don't see anything. About an hour later, you do turn a corner and there's an opening. You see there's various things. There's one house in particular that stands as it's seen here in the image. It has a grass and hay and clay thatched roof with tall poles and a large stairway out of the muck. Here you noticed on your way that your boots are sinking into bog. You hear the buzzing of flies. You hear frogs croak. Insects chirp.
Well, he
I
chose a
think
good
this is
spot.
where you... I think this is where we separate and you stay back a bit. You might even want to back up just a bit.
Aye, not a bad idea.
All right.
Staggered is the way to go.
Alright, I'm gonna shoot an arrow. You'll see me. Then I'll start making my way around. Try to match my pace.
Aye, just you keep an eye out as well. He chose well. The bog is gonna be troublesome, for me at least. You can shoot from a ways, but he was clever when he chose this spot.
Yes, this land is sucking at my boat. We'll just have to make the best we can out of it. Well, good luck to you.
Aye,
All
Be
of you.
careful.
Watch. Aye, keep a watch up on the trees as well, just in case. You never know, he could be waiting up above, watching away from
Fiery
you.
then looks up, all of a sudden completely aware of what Zavas had pointed out. All right.
Helena, thank you for leading us here. She gives her a little salute.
Be careful, I'll be back on the trail a bit.
Aye, you be careful as well.
My fate is written. I shall perhaps you later. She smiles.
Mary kind of gives her a wary and almost concerned look, but doesn't really comment.
Dev gives Irie a little one-arm shoulder squeeze and leans over and presses her forehead against Zavis's and for just a moment. And then she'll head forward a few steps, maybe 10 paces, as quiet as she can. She's going to knock one of her ribboned message arrows and let it out into the clearing. As soon as she sees it land, she's going to start moving around the clearing, quiet and stealthy.
Are you shooting just into the ground, or are you shooting into the actual house, or what are you doing?
Really just into the ground in the clearing. As close as she can get it to the house. Like, if she could actually get it to kind of kerthunk into the house, it would probably notify anybody who's in that it's happening, which is actually what they want. So,
You could shoot the house easy if that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it's mostly just making sure that he has to come out to get it, right?
Right. So she'll shoot into the house, maybe shoot some, as she goes just close to the house. Anyway, the whole thing is kind of a taunt in and of itself.
You begin to encircle the house, firing one arrow, 2 arrows. Some hit the house, some into the clearing. You're about halfway around, almost to the other side, and you let loose an arrow, and it thugs against the wall. And you hear, "Please stop! I'm tired. Let me sleep. I just want to help me. No."
Yeah, Zavis is gonna make sure he has. He was waiting basically for something like this to happen. So if Irie attempts to do anything or like speak up or anything like that, he's gonna.
Would Iori recognize the voice at all?
Give me a deduction roll.
Oh,
This should
okay.
be out of intelligence.
Yeah, I was sitting here like, oh, I better make sure he knows that I'm gonna like fucking cover her mouth.
Oh yeah.
When it happens, yeah.
1 sec.
Oof. Oh, bad times.
Oh, great.
It's not the worst case scenario yet. It's one of the poorer ones, but
This is, if there's someone in there, we know. I mean, it's a piece of information we didn't
yeah,
have
exactly.
before.
No.
Okay.
I whispered in your ear.
Yeah, I saw. So Irie is going to go towards the house.
Yeah, Zavis would just grab her and cover her mouth and restrain her as best he can.
Irie's going to try to wiggle out of Zavis's.
Okay, go give me a both of you give me a brawl check.
Okay, this is well, he's gonna win this one.
Hey,
Where is that?
You never know. It's that would be out of your I think it's
do you want me to just roll
Body?
it like punch or specifically?
yeah, just roll punch. Both of you can roll punches. You're not really punching.
Roll punch.
Yeah. There we go. Oh,
Does it matter if it's attack or defend?
No, just do attack. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just more so for the actual brawl roll itself.
Yeah, just.
Which, oh yeah, I guess you could just go into reflexes.
Yeah.
oh.
So you. How does
Oh,
it look as
that's
Zavis is able to restrain Ornery from moving forward?
Yeah, he was ready for this. He, was kind of waiting for that moment, potentially, just in case, from the moment they got here, right? And so he kind of was waiting, and kind of one hand kind of flat-palmed, kind of goes against the back of her knee, bringing her low. The other kind of comes up around her mouth, and then the other one, again, kind of wraps kind of just around her torso to keep her down and quiet. And kind of starts saying, "Now, lass, they know who that is, and they all that concerned. But you rushing in there destroys a lot of our chance of saving them."
Please, I'm so tired, help me! I just want to sit down, please. I can't stand like this. You don't hear it. Suddenly, the voice stops.
Oh, Irie's definitely going to continue to struggle against Zavas and like at least try to like remove the hand so that she can like say something.
Yeah, he will kind of say, "Now if you yell out, we're all fucked and so are they, so you best be quiet." And he kind of pulls his hand loose a little bit.
She'll keep her voice low and kind of hiss, "That is my sister."
Alright, well, we need to continue. Now if it sounds like something's happening proper, we'll have to do something.
Does that not sound proper to you?
Aye, and what happens, right, if we charge in there and he has a knife to her, right? If he doesn't come out, he can just kill him the moment we get in to unnerve you.
Maybe I could... Irie just kind of stops as she's trying to think of a way to, counter his logic, and she's obviously failing, and she goes quiet, and tears begin to well in her eyes.
The hand that was kind of around her mouth is now kind of on her head. He kind of holds it close to his shoulder. "I know, lass, I know. I've lost important people as well. They like this, but still. But for her and you, we have to be careful about how we do this. It's important. Because trust me, the moment we step in there, we to kill her."
She nods her head, understanding his logic, and keeps quiet. And the tension in her body relaxes to show that she's not going to fight against him anymore.
Now listen, if it does sound like she is genuinely being killed, we'll start moving in, but we need to be calm about how we do it. Alright? We'll have to signal DEVNET, and then we'll start moving in, okay? So you wait for us.
DEVNET, as you're backtracking, you see Ori and Zavis in a very, very concerned conversation. You obviously heard the screams.
DEVNET keeps her distance a bit. She is trusting Zavis to work his magic and keep the plan intact. She finds a spot where she's got a good view of the clearing, of her friends, looks around, starts pulling out her regular arrows and putting them on. Some of them just kind of stuck into the ground near so she can grab them easily. She's going to keep an eye on the house, just looking for any sign of movement. She's getting ready to just wait and wait.
Yeah, Zavis, now that there's a good number of the messages there, Zavis will kind of let Eri up, and pull her to the side a bit, under nice heavy cover, out of sight. And I think it's, at this point, we, wait. He kind of shoots a look over DEVNET's way and kind of signals that all's well, essentially.
Irie is covering her mouth so that her sniffling and crying won't go very far. But she's trying to maintain composure.
wait for quite a while, perhaps half an hour, an hour. It's hard to tell exact time here in the woods. No one comes out. From time to time, you'll hear crying from inside the hut. I'm so tired. I'll do what you want. Please, I just want to sit. I'm so tired. I'm gonna fall. Help me.
Oyuri is going to eventually look at Zavis and whisper to him, "Oh, maybe, if you'll permit me, I might have..."
When DEVNET heard this last bit, she is going to creep back over to the others because she thinks that things have become suddenly much more urgent. When she reaches them, she'll say, "I think he's got her set up in there in some sort of position where if she loses her strength, it's going to be bad for her. We may need to adjust our plans."
Hey, you've seen some of the tracks, the flame pole, and this sounds like it.
Do you
And if
want
it
me
is
to
that-
try to creep in? You want to maybe try to distract from the front and I creep in from the rear, or we send in Oyuri from the rear?
Yeah, I think if we go in together. That's our best bet.
I,
Right?
I was wondering if maybe you'll let me go up there. I'm not going to go inside. I can't trust if the house is perhaps rigged with traps. I don't want to harm my sister in any way, or potentially harm her, and so I won't rush in, but I might be able to perhaps lure him out by
Do you
making
think that'll
my
work?
presence known.
To be honest, he has no reason to come out unless he's well and ready and he knows we're in the spot he needs us in.
But maybe if it's just me, he's specifically has my sister.
Aye, and if it is just you, right, he's just as likely to just throw a knife out any opening in that building, which, from what I can see from here, there's a plenty of holes. Right.
What good would it do to kill me here?
Because
that does
then he
not
can send
serve-
your head to drive it. The way he did with us. Just to taunt him. Whether it works or not, he's got no reason not to try.
Let me go up there. I think I can appeal to him.
Nay. I say if we go, we all go together. Because the moment we split up is the moment one of us could die.
Alright, then we go up together. But let me talk.
You really think approaching the house and not trying to have one of us sneak in the back?
That was my thought.
Listen. Right, he has the perfect setup here. I have no reason to believe he isn't going to be waiting for that one person that is separated from the others. Right, we could assume that he's not. That he's not waiting for him. But if he is, that leaves one of us isolated, one of us away from help, and one of us very easy to kill.
That's true, but we're gonna run into the human shield situation as soon as we go up there. That's what's gonna happen. So Oyri, you need to be prepared.
Let's just go up there and try something. She's going to eventually. It's not like she has strength forever.
We'll have to see what we can do. It
All
may
right.
just be a bluff, but
He knows
at this
I'm
point we
here,
have no choice.
but I'm gonna stay a little bit behind you for...
Aye, of course. We don't need to be clustered, but just close.
Okay, If this is what we're gonna do, it's what we're gonna do. Good luck, girl.
Aye. Is there any specific way up that isn't boggy? Right, like a
There's less boggy spots. You can find something where it's less impeding.
Yeah, so Zavas will kind of point that way. Now, he's most likely going to be waiting for us to go there. And that's sadly probably our best bet, is to just go that way. Any of the thicker spots, if he's going to attack from a ways away, that'd be the place to do it, so that we can run.
Alright.
Aye. So keep an eye out for any traps, and let's go. Keep close, Weary, and try and steal their nerves.
If you're gonna talk, try to do it from a bit of a distance, at least.
I'll try. So, Irie's going to try to walk up to the house, but in a more of a her hands are going to be up to kind of show, if he is even looking at them, that she's not gonna try anything. But she's definitely going to have her presence more known out in the open.
Artery begins the walk forward through the swamp, taking the less bogged path. Nothing jumps out at her. Nothing attacks her. She comes within a dozen feet of the house, hearing the whimpering and crying from inside. There are various holes in the house, but a lot of those are covered in burlap, from what she can tell. There is a door open underneath the stairs that go to the second floor. It seems dark inside. There's no light.
She's going to call out, 10 blades!
What? Who's that? Who is that?
It's Oiri, Greta!
Ori! What are you doing here?
There's 10 blades in there.
Who? No. I'm here by myself. I think... Ori... He took my other eye. My one good eye.
I'm sorry, I'm going to get you out of there. I promise.
Hurry. I'm standing on a chair. There's a noose around my neck. Hurry, please.
Stay strong, stay strong. She's going to look at Zavas. If he's not inside, do you think... What do you think? Could he be outside waiting for us to go in?
Yeah, Zavis has a very keen look on his face. Could Zavis, check to see if he's kind of sensing any sort of deception here? Or is it necessary?
I don't know that you could roll that. I mean, it could be deception.
He's super suspicious of...
There's clearly no way that this is anyone other than Greta, Ori's sister. That is clear. If you want a GM hint, you can roll a deduction, and I could give you kind of a pointer that way.
Sure. Basic deduction, right. It's not the best, but it'll do. Oh, fuck.
So, if she is blinded, which that's what you kind of made that conversation out to be, you don't know, but Greta has one eye. But from what you heard, you kind of can piece it together that maybe she has no eyes now. So how would she know if anyone was in there with her if she's completely blind?
Yeah, Zavis kind of looks at Airi and pulls her up close. And, basically says as much, right?
Irie nods her head. So he could be in there waiting.
Aye.
Probably
Just
pull the
slam
chair
the
out
door.
from under her.
Hey, I don't know what this fella's capable of, right? But,
DevNet's put some distance between her and them, and she's watching their approach. And if she approaches, she's going to come from a different angle, basically, 90 degrees from where they're coming from.
That's fine.
So if Ten Blades is looking out one window, he can't see all of them at the same time.
10 Blades. You want the Witcher, right? Come out here and I will tell you where you can find him. But I will not help you if you're going to harm my sister further.
There's no response besides Greta's cries. Please, hurry.
Yeah. Is there any kind of window or opening? You said there was.
There's
burlap?
various openings, but they are covered with burlap. You can't see in. You could go that way, but
Yeah. Are there any kind of? I imagine bogginess. There's probably sticks and such around.
oh sure, yeah.
Yeah. So he'll grab something like that and start kind of pulling open these kind of burlap spots, and signal for Irie and Dev to wait. Trying to get more light into the place, essentially, right?
So you're just walking around the house, just kind of moving things aside?
Yeah, the stuff that he's kind of got to block all these holes, he's kind of trying to open up. He's keeping double arms distance away as he does this, essentially. Using the stick to kind of, push whatever's blocking it out of the way.
Go ahead and give me an awareness roll, probably with a -2.
Alrighty. Yes. I am going to use my luck here. I feel like this is the most appropriate place to use it, so total is a +1 after the -2.
Yeah, it's tough to see. She's just not able enough to get enough light in there to really see much. It's clear that you don't see anything moving around, but it's hard to get a real good glimpse of what's in there.
Alright. Savas kind of looks to Irie. Alright. Stay right where you are. Okay? Be ready, but then go charging in. And he's kind of whispering this, of course.
Right. Let's not take any more time.
Aye. Like I said, just be ready, but then go charging in unless I tell you to.
Irie kind of takes her dagger in hand, kind of remembering what DEVNET had said earlier.
And Zavis kind of leans in the door a bit, enough to kind of try and get a look around.
Alright, let me show you what you guys see. It's still very dark, but being inside with the ambient light, and Zavis is the only one even partially inside. I'm just giving you guys sight. You look in and you see a kind of a familiar face. Looks very much like Oiri. Shorter hair, curly a bit. She has a patch over one eye, and her other eye is a dark, bloody ruin. Around her neck is a noose, certainly. Attached to the wall in some way, the ceiling, you're unsure. She's standing on a chair. She's leaning forward, putting some of the weight on the noose itself. Her legs are trembling badly.
He kind of gets a good look around the rest of the room as best he can, make sure there's, nothing in the shadows, etc.
You don't think you see anything?
Yeah, he will kind of start approaching Greta.
All right, go ahead and give me awareness.
Yep. Boop. Boop. Ooh. See, that's the one I should have used luck on.
Mm-hmm. You step forward. Although you think you have a good grasp of what is happening, suddenly your feet go through the floor. Not far, down to your shins. You hear a ka-tunk as you do this. You're looking a bit confused about what this might be. But then you notice suddenly a jolt in the chair as two ropes lassoed around the front of the chair are pulled hard, throwing Greta off the chair and as the noose begins to tighten around her neck as she falls from the chair quite suddenly.
Yeah, Zavis hurries to kind of pull himself away from this broken bit of the floor as best he can.
Would it be very noticeable, like the sounds of?
You heard some like banging sound. You're not sure what it was, but something happened inside.
She's going to stay in place, as Zavis had said, but she's definitely looking very intently where he went inside.
Yeah, so he tries and is he able to kind of get himself out of there? Or?
Yeah, you can. It's just, it wasn't like you're caught or anything. It's just kind of an activation for whatever this is.
Yeah, and he'd kind of he would begin to kind of again eyes open, but would approach. Does it? I assume it didn't kill her instantly. Then is she like?
She's struggling. Her legs are thrashing. Did not break her neck. It wasn't that far of a fall.
Yeah, so I imagine he would have at the very least some kind of basic knife, which he would try to. He would basically grab the chair and kind of almost jump on it, / off of it to cut the knife, cut the rope.
Yeah, you begin to climb up on the chair, or you're hearing a lot of rough rustling around in there, but no screams currently. When Zavis cuts the rope, Greta falls to the ground. There's like and a terrible, like, wordless scream comes over Oiri, and she hears this.
Oiri's gonna start going towards the house.
Or you walk into the house and you see Greta laying on the ground, clutching her throat with a noose tied around it, one eye out, and Zavis standing on a chair with a knife. Apparently has cut the rope.
Oiri's going to try to go towards Greta. She's not really looking for anything, but I guess she would notice.
Hurt her?
What's that saying?
Sorry, me or?
Yeah, what did you say?
Oh, I was just saying I assume Zavis hurt her, yeah?
Oh yeah, you see her like approach immediately behind
Yeah,
her.
he kind of waves her off and, tells her to hold back. And as he kind of steps down and kind of grabs Greta by either armpit, right, and starts pulling her towards the door.
Okay. DEVNET, give me an awareness roll.
Okay. I'm going to spend 1 luck point on this.
Okay.
Ooh.
Don't notice anything. But you hear something very familiar. Thwap. Very clearly a arrow being shot, and then you hear it. And you're pretty sure you know what that is. In the side of the house is a arrow on fire. Something that's been bugging you that you haven't really been able to track down, and you've done a couple of awareness rolls for this. There's a smell that you couldn't perhaps place, and just suddenly the house just is catching on fire quite quickly. You hear the roar of the flames begin, with Ori in the doorway and Zavis inside. It's not completely on fire, clearly, but the fire is starting, and starting quickly.
Yeah, Zavis can presumably hear the flames.
Oh
He
yeah,
kind of
Mm-hmm.
shouts at Adri, "Go, I've got her!" and kind of yanks her up over his shoulder and begins to bolt for it.
DEVNET probably hears Zavis talking, might not be able to make out what he's saying. She thinks to herself, there's no whistle. There's no whistle. So she pushes down her moment of panic and focuses on the door. Well, she didn't see where the arrow came from. She just heard the thunk, right?
Yep.
She's going to try to spot that arrow and try to determine from that what direction it might have come from.
Why don't you give me another awareness roll?
How about deduction? She's just not very aware for a ranger.
Yeah, you're just not able to... You're not sure if it was on the other side of the house, or because the arrow is more or less in the roof. That's where the fire is starting. So it could have come from pretty much anywhere. Why don't you give me one more awareness roll?
All right, we're going to use 2 luck this time.
Oh man, all those rolls. Those fucking
DEVNET is looking around as this happens. Zavis, you're beginning to try to get Greta out. Why don't you give me a dodge roll with a challenging TN to see if you are set on fire.
Sure. So, which is dodge? Is that one? Yeah, that was reflex. Okay, cool. All right, here we are.
Not with Greta in tow, you're not quite able to keep the flames from catching on your beard and your gambeson. You begin to smolder a bit. Or you're kind of, what are you doing in the doorway there?
She's going to try to help Zavis and Greta out.
Alright. Give me 1 second here.
Yeah, more than anything, he's kind of calling for her to get out the way so he can kind of rush out the door, etc.
Just 2 minutes.
And DEVNET's going to back up again into cover and just... She's looking for this guy.
Yes, 1 second.
Remember that one worst case scenario I mentioned where it's like, this is the most logical thing for him to do. That's why I fully expect him to do it.
Yep. this possibility came
wait
up.
for us to get inside, light the building on fire.
Yeah.
Fuck if I didn't. Oh, man.
That's why Dev didn't go in. We'd talked about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good thing we staggered it enough, right?
And we
Mhm.
had the whistles, so she knows if you need her, that's what she's waiting to.
Thank goodness Zavis is like there to tell
Take your
Irie.
Stagger it, just stay back. If I go in, right, and I get burnt, that's fine. We still have two of you to whoop his ass, right?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Oh man.
Oh, Retta's not dead yet.
Yeah.
I said some choice words when Zavis hit that play.
I knew what it was going to be, too, the moment I heard the clunk, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, shit, it's either a bomb up under his ass or she's coming out from under the
Right.
chair, right? Vice versa. Fuck. Oh, man. Yeah, this is pretty much what I was worried it was going to be.
Yeah,
The
same.
smart way for him to handle it was... Because, like I said, he has no reason to fucking be in there, right?
I don't
No.
think we could have handled it really any differently. We just could have gotten lucky.
The only way we could have handled it differently is to just let her die. And to assume, right? And for if Zavis knew what could be happening, right? There was part of his mind that was like, no, I need to just tell them to wait and say it's probably a bluff, right? But at the same time, he was genuinely concerned for her, so...
Yeah.
Irie can make bombs now. I'm not gonna make her mad.
Alright. So, as Zavis and Greta and Nori begin to flee, DEVNET is looking around. And she just does not see anything. Except when suddenly there is a thud directly next to her. She barely catches sight of someone actually leaping down from a tree nearby next to her.
Oh my god. I'm fucking dying right now. What did I say about the fucking trees?
Right?
I've been waiting in the goddamn forest and lighting the fucking house on. Fuck.
Well, she doesn't wait for the whistle. She grabs her arrows and yells.
Yeah.
Zavis!
Yeah, Zavis.
Here's the first surprise round from all your sweet awareness rolls.
Yeah, right.
Uh, The first thing he does is he has a small sword in one hand and a long sword in the other, and he sweeps with the smaller one towards.
What did I say about him having a fucking sword as well? Fuck. I hate swords. Swords are too scary.
So
Oh,
he
shit.
can dodge with stamina, or parry or block or whatever.
Okay. Dodge is... Yeah, I've just got a dodge button, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep, you should.
What does... Okay, so my options are dodge, parry, damages my weapon.
Block
Block
damages your weapon.
Your weapon.
Yeah,
But-
block damages weapon. Parry is kind
Parry
of
is
better.
at
if you can.
-3. It's -3, but it doesn't damage your weapon. And you can block with your bow if you want.
Well, what's the point of not just dodge?
It depends on
They're
the
not
number,
necessarily.
basically.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
It depends on the numbers, really. Like for Zavis, because he has really high brawl, that puts his parry higher than his dodge.
Yeah, I think I'm dodge better. I'm just gonna dodge. And I'm gonna... Is this the blow with the big...
No, he's swinging this small blade.
Okay.
It has bleed 25 armor piercing, so it's... Oh, you do dodge.
Oh,
She's
nice.
dodgy.
He swings this blade, and how do you evade it as he leaps off this tree?
She looks up as he leaps down, and she's reaching for her bow and screaming, Zavis, he's here! And he comes down almost with a stabbing motion toward her, and she does just a quick spin, and he lands where she'd just been.
All right, go ahead and feel free. Let me make sure the initiative track is empty. Okay, go ahead and roll initiative off your tokens.
Well, that's nothing special. Fuck's sake. It's the fire and the lady on his shoulder.
Yeah, it's good to move quick.
We'll go with that.
Yeah. Just 1 second here. So Zavis, you are on fire. We will do that on your turn.
Cool.
So that was his surprise round. Now he goes for real.
Right.
And he misses, and you would almost think that he would say something, taunting, but he does not. He just simply brings his other longer sword around, trying to cut you down. He is doing a fast attack. He is more than an NPC, so he gets PC.
Right.
23. And that would be to the head if you were not successful with dodge or parry.
Ah, okay. Her dodge is better than her parry, so I'm gonna spend my last luck point. No.
That's a hit. Boy, oh boy.
She does have 3 armor. I don't know if that's gonna do anything. I think she's got it everywhere. Let me take a look. I think she's got a full suit of leather.
Yeah, this was Zavis's biggest.
Yeah, she's got 3 on the head.
Ugh.
She also has a buckler. I don't know if that's something you can use.
You can block with it. So you use a melee skill to block.
Got it.
If you think that would be better, then you can try that. That would allow it.
Okay. I would just roll the buckler.
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
Okay, 1 second. Alright. That's 51 damage.
Fucking hell.
Yeah. Even with her armor, she's dead.
Yep.
Well, not necessarily. You have a skill too, right?
Yeah, but I don't. I have fury. No, that's not it. It's
tough as nails, right?
tough as nails.
You never use-
Yeah, no, it's number of negative health levels, so I don't think she can even roll that high.
Alright, 1 second. Let me figure this out. That's right, obviously. So I think you take. You're gonna have to roll a death save. It wasn't a critical one, so there's that. All right. When you're knocked below 0, you're in a death state. So you got to make a save. Unmodified stun. So each round. Okay, so look at stun here real quick.
Okay. I don't know if Tough as Nails is rolled instead of Death Save or after.
I think that's actually if you are. What's first?
That's the, yeah. Let's see. Yeah, whenever you fall 2 or below 0, you get to roll Tough as Nails as a DC equal to the number of negative health times 2 to outright keep fighting.
So
if you fail, it's as normal.
Yeah, so go ahead and roll it. I mean, you could.
Yeah.
You'd have.
So it's how much?
It's time to. It would be
2 times however much you're under by.
Right.
62, I think.
Yeah. So it's impossible.
But you
Well, no, I
can
mean,
keep
'cause
credit going.
How far below 0 are you?
I only
Negative
have
31.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so yeah, it is literally impossible.
No, it's actually is. She could keep critically.
Oh yeah, true.
Go ahead and just roll it. It's,
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So your stun score represents how hard it is to stun you. When you're forced to make a stun save, you roll under the number or be stunned. So you're gonna have to roll under. So your stun value is a 4. So roll d10.
So I'm stunned. And dying?
No, you're dead, I think.
Okay. Yeah, I think probably just dead. Zavis, you're gonna have to avenge me.
Yeah. We'll see if that happens. This is basically Zavis's ultimate worst case scenario because he was like, alright, yeah, if we're separated when we go in, whoever's farthest away is fucked. Here it is. Fuck. Okay.
Well,
Yeah, there was
whoever he
no
attacks
fucking way out
first.
of it. Yeah.
Ah.
Because with that fucking roll, there was no way out of it, even if we had been clustered as tight as possible.
the chance was DEVNET rolling better on or aware.
Yeah.
Give me like 5 minutes here to decide what I want to do.
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out if, like, Irie can't go to DEVNET because 10 Blaze is right there.
Well,
You've got the Northwind.
yeah, there's no reason for it.
Yeah, but then she still can't.
Well, here's the problem, right? She's gonna have to deal with Greta now. So.
Well, I mean, just seeing DEVNET die, I think this makes it more of a situation where, like, are they even going to make it?
Well, yeah.
So I think she might go for the Northern Wind.
I mean, it's definitely not a bad idea, actually. Actually, you are close enough, and that would stall him long enough for Zavis to get closed.
Yeah, it's just it would freeze DEVNET as well, and I don't
Well,
know.
I mean, that's
I don't
kinda-
think there's anything you can do anyway.
Yeah, that's kind of too late.
I think she's too far under, so... I mean, Irie might not realize that, but, you know, because you're far away.
Well, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Like, I think I might be, like, as a doctor, I might be able to do something about that. I don't remember.
First
that's-
aid, she takes her head. So
Just takes the chunk, right, that's off over in the
Wait,
bog, right,
is she
and
completely
slaps it back on
decapitated?
there.
about.
Is she decapitated?
I think it was a head wound, so...
It was headshot, right?
But I'm gonna do some GM stuff here. So, 10 Blades presses the attack, swings his cord along Deadly Blade, which cuts DEVNET across the forehead, causing her to stagger. Then it immediately swings downward And Oiri and Zavis are horrified to see as he cuts her arm off at the elbow. She falls to the ground, appearing either dead or near death. But I'm going to whisper it so you can get that. If you're okay with this.
Okay.
So you tell me if that's okay. If not, we can go with just the normal roll. But
Sorry, I meant to whisper that.
yeah, no, that's cool.
Yes, sir.
And blood drips from Ten Blade's blade, and he steps over DEVNET and points the blade towards Oiri. And DEVNET is out of combat. Oiri, what would you like to do?
So when he steps over DevNet, does that make him closer to Oiri, or?
Yeah, we'll say he moved a little bit. That makes sense.
Okay. So Oiri's going to kind of turn her body and point her dagger towards him, in kind of like a fashion of, of a show of that she's not going to back down from a fight, and then she's going to, in one swoop, pull out one of her northern winds and throw it at him.
All right. Let's see how far away you are from him.
Oh wait, is she in range?
You are what's the range on the northern wind? It should say.
I don't have that up.
I'll bring it up just one second. I'll tell you.
Okay, because I was looking at death saves.
So it is 12. The range is 12. So let's look at the distance modifier. Target DC is... So he's at 4, so he would be close range. Target DC is a 15 to hit. And you need to roll athletics.
Athletics. Okay, so I don't use the northern wind thingy.
You can. It should automatically do it.
Okay.
Click the northern wind button.
I want to use my luck.
You can use it all if you wish. Just throw it in your modifier, how much you want to use.
All right. I think I will use all of my luck.
Okay.
And this action type is standard?
It is.
And is additional mods where I put luck?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I have 5 luck, correct? Or
I don't know. How much have you used any?
I have not used any.
Then you have 5 luck.
Hot. All right.
Oh my god, you followed him.
Are you serious?
Oh my.
Go ahead and roll a d10 on the scatter.
Ugh.
Hey, you might put Zavis out, which works just as well.
Oh my god.
8 is actually in front of you. Now roll d6.
Well.
I did that.
Oh my god, you hit him anyway.
Oh my god.
How does that look?
Fucking...
That's what I want to know. How does that look?
Yeah, good point.
Okay.
I
So
would say that's is it within a meter? Yeah, I'd say you hit him.
oh my gosh. I guess in the in her kind of showing and like more paying attention to like, oh my gosh, DEVNET just died, and she's got her dagger out and she's trying to swiftly pull out one of the northern winds and chuck it at him. It just like she pulls it out and it just completely just lops right out of her hand, just slipping and falling right in front of 10 Plays instead.
Yeah, and it hits and he looks down. And you think at first it missed, but you see his feet are like caught, and just like you see his whole body like kind of go like, it's not like frozen as in, ice frozen, but he's just like unable to move. Alright, so you can spend stamina to act again if you want.
So how much of him is impaired?
Oh, he can't move, you don't think. You know about this. If it hits them, they're completely impaired.
Okay.
Get your little bomb.
My what?
Your little bombs that you made.
Yeah, but wouldn't that...
Could hit that, but you
That's
don't
true.
know.
That's true.
I mean, you could fucking
hit anyone.
Zavis give it the last
Could
one.
hit
Yeah.
anyone.
Larry's actually going to turn around and look at Zavis. Go get DEVNET. We're leaving.
Oh, that's
And then-
not a thing at this point.
Yeah, this building is on fire, too.
Yeah, the moment you kind of turn towards him, you see him in the process of dropping Greta and beginning to charge forward.
Okay, she's gonna get Greta and like kind of, take
Let me-
over.
Okay, let me explain what's happening. The house is on fire, so if you go back in there, you're going to have to make a roll against fire.
No, she's not going in there. She's kind of like holding out like to kind of receive Greta.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, if she's like kind of reaching out, he drops her basically, but he's not going to like leave her inside, right? Necessarily. I mean, he's on the verge of it, right? But he's basically she's practically dropped on the floor next to Irie as he charges forward, essentially.
That's fine. So he drops Scooter off with you. Ori, do you have anything else to do? Because that really wasn't a technical action.
Oh, really? It wasn't?
No, unless if you want to drag her out of the house, that could be it.
Yeah, she's gonna do that and get out of Zavis's way because he's obviously about to go ham.
You can move her like your speed range is fine. Yeah. I'll move her.
I think that's...
Just tell me where you want her to go.
Yeah, I think that's as far as she can go. Her speed range is like
That's fine.
3. So yeah.
So I'm gonna take a stamina from you. 3 stamina actually. Alright. Okay.
That's a no.
Not. PI locked up with me. 1 second.
No problem.
I understand what is happening sometimes. Okay, Zavis, you are on fire.
Yep.
So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take 5 damage.
Alrighty.
Every body location. Armor does soak. Do you have any unarmored spot less than 5?
Let me see. Sorry, I just had
No, you're
him
fine.
clicked to move, so that's let's see. I don't know if he does.
I don't think he does.
I'm pretty
go to your
sure.
Gear and yours.
Yeah, there.
Yeah. Just take current SP down by 1 on everything, please.
Okay. Yeah, I can just mark that there. Yeah, cool.
Yep.
S-
I can help you. I'll do it for you while you just figure out.
Okay, yeah, I marked down all of them already, so they're down to 7, 4, and 7. Yeah, fucking hell. Oof.
I'm looking at your equipped armor piece.
Oh, okay. I
Something
went
else.
into the actual inventory bit.
No, just do it on your equipped armor because
Oh, I see.
10. I'll get it. I'll get that.
He does have the base soak as well from being.
Yeah,
lower.
but that's the
that's
tough.
under
So
it.
yeah. Once we get to that, it would not click off. But that's
Cool.
2, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so you're good. So it's burning your armor, but not getting through at this point.
Yeah, so he moves up, and now I forget. Move
Are you
up.
charging from where you were running, or
Yeah, he
You
would
can't
kind
move,
of.
move.
He would move up the. Because that's 6. That's his full. And then can I charge from there essentially, or?
No, because charging is a full round action. You just have to use your charge from the beginning, which I think it's fine. You can get there because it's times.
Oh, okay, yeah. If that's the case, then yeah, he's gonna full on charge.
Yeah. So
To
charging.
close, and he's gonna go in with his brass knuckles, which are now like fiery red hot brass knuckles, I assume. So that means it's more horrible.
Well, doesn't it? The northern winds, doesn't he also take extra damage?
He will if he hits him. Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Now I think I'm gonna do fast strike. Brass knuckle.
You cannot because you're charging.
Oh.
That's just one.
Oh, okay. Is
one
it automatically strong then, or just one?
It is. There should be a charge option actually.
Oh, actually, yes. Let's see. Oh, well, no, I have attack and defend, and then there's extra action, and then yeah, charge. Cool.
Mm-hmm. Let me -3 to speed, -1 to reflex.
And then, how much of a minus is a charge? Or
It's the same as strong attack. It should be.
Yeah.
It should be worked into your macro.
okay, yeah, I was just curious. I'm gauging whether or not I want to aim for
strong,
something.
It's strong.
Yeah, so I'll just go in then.
3. All right, so he attempts to actually block it.
He's
Free. Yeah, freeze. So northern wind gives him frozen, which is you're not literally, but your whole body is stiff and icy glaze that is formed on your clothes. Until you break the ice, you have -3 to your speed and -1 to your reflexes. So it's not that he's just like completely 100%.
Yeah.
Right. So he's gonna try to parry or block, I should say. Cord. And this is a block.
Oh, not quite.
Nope. So you did hit him.
Nice.
So what was your damage?
Half.
12.
Yeah, so 6 to the leg. It looks like.
6 to the leg. Give me an extra 2d6.
Oh yeah. Let me just. Fuck.
So 9 to the leg. Let's see what his armor is. Yes, with that. So he takes 4 damage. So as you charge in and you punch kind of almost haphazardly and hit him in the leg.
And I can't take an extra action on a charge.
Because that was a full round action. So
Yeah, I thought so.
not.
Cool.
So he takes 1 stamina. All right. It is his turn again. He will try to break out.
Come forth, motherfucker!
Physique check. That's gonna break him out. So he like shakes his head, and eventually you see him. He kind of comes to, but that's his entire action.
Oh.
And kind of looks at you, and he's like, ugh. Doesn't really say anything. Or you're up.
Okay.
Dump a bucket of water on Zavis.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm actually kind of. would they have like some sort of like water skin on them or something?
You would have a water skin. You could use your action to put Zavis out.
Okay, yeah, because I think Iru would want to do that, but first she's going to, since her sister is over to the side, she's going to, kind of get her attention by holding the sides of her face. Greta, just crouch here, stay just right here, all right? I'll be close by, but we have to deal with this, all right?
She's laying there coughing. Okay.
All right, and so she's not going to waste any more time. She's going to take out the water skin and just kind of douse Zavis as much as she...
You're able to get him out.
Yeah, I imagine it was kind of cinders here and there beginning to kind of fire up over his clothing, over the light bits and all the, frills that are fucking hanging from bits and bobs here and there, right?
Alright,
Kind of steam rising up from him, and the cinders and a mix of smoke and steam kind of rising from the ends of his beard as he essentially berserk, digs back in towards Ten Blades. First attack. There we are. Oh, I fumbled.
Yep, go ahead and roll your fumble.
Boop. Oh, only 2. So that's 16.
He's gonna block. Actually, he'll parry.
Oh.
So yep, he's able to parry your
Oh yeah,
blow.
shit, because it's not 18, it's 16. Fuck! So
Yeah,
close.
he smacks it down on your hands. But you're
Fuck.
still able to go again.
Fuck, I have 18 base. That's pretty tasty. I forgot about that. Alright, yeah, and there's his second.
Crazy.
Yeah. Oh fuck, I'm rolling shite with it though.
20. He'll try to block this time.
Oh fuck. Well, he blocked that.
Block both those.
And then I'll pay the 3 to go for that extra attack. Zavis attempts to unleash a flurry of blows on him.
17. He attempts to.
God, he's rolling low. Yeah, we've kind of rolled fucked, haven't we?
He tries
Oh.
to parry, getting fancy, and you hit him.
Nice.
So you hit him
Another
in
blow
the
to the right.
legs. That's half, so that's 5 damage. It's going to be soaked. But
Alrighty.
his armor is.
And here's the second of that. Right. Eh.
18. Sorry. He tries to parry that one too.
Shit. Man, he's rolling so fucking well. Christ.
So you're hitting him, but it's just nothing's really getting through. He responds in kind. Actually, he does something a bit Get rid of this northern wind stuff. Sorry, like So he steps back away from you. Kind of begins to backpedal, and with one action throws his second blade in the dirt, and then with another action draws another one and throws it at you.
Ooh.
With his second action. So he aims for your head.
Oh my.
Great.
Let's see.
Well, this would be the time to
He's
bubble.
7 away, and what is the one second? Sorry, guys.
You might get it. Let's see.
Main DC is 15. It's an even hit. No.
Oh my.
It just goes flying overhead. There's a lot of negatives on that one. And that is now Ori's turn.
Oh yeah, you could firebomb him now.
Can Irie tell at this distance if DEVNET is still breathing? Or is she like dead?
You would have to go over there and figure it out.
Okay. Oh man. Okay.
I tell you what. You give me an awareness for 1 stamina, or I'll let you do an awareness roll for free for 1 stamina. If you want to see what's up there from here.
Yeah, because I feel like she's not so much focused on 10 blades as much as like the her doctor senses
Sure.
are tingling.
Go ahead. Give me
So
an awareness roll.
where is that again?
I believe that's under intelligence. Yeah.
Okay, awareness. All right.
Oh yeah. You think that actually she is alive? Her arm is leaking blood, and she is in bad shape. But she's alive.
How much time has passed?
Oh, 10 seconds.
Okay. All right. That's good to know. All right. So Irie, seeing that, is actually going to pull out one of her spirit bombs and light it up and lob it.
All right. So you are. We're going to use your northern wind for the roll.
Okay.
So same, everything applies. I think it's 12 away. Actually, don't you have a grape shot bomb too?
No, I don't think I got grape
Right,
shot.
you don't. Let's see.
I had it for that one thing, but
Just say it's the same for distance. So 12. So you're about. We'll say medium. So it's going to be a target DC of a 20. Now you can move and then throw it. So
yeah, she's gonna move kind of away from. Yeah, like that, just in case she
Okay.
fumbles again.
Okay. Well, now you're in a different range. So let's see what that is. You're not very far away, I don't think. So pretty close. So you're within 3. So you're not quite within a half meter. Or is it? Nope. So you're close. So 15 is your TN.
Okay, here we go. I swear.
Go ahead and roll a d10 on the scatter.
Oh my.
Are you serious? I'm
That's
never
behind-
doing a.
That is behind you by 2. So that's right on
Yep.
Zavis.
Oh my god.
Yep.
I'm never throwing a bomb again.
I fucking knew the moment she went
Incredible.
through. I was like, oh, I can feel this about to go wrong.
This is a
Go
bad
ahead, like-
idea.
Go ahead and let's do this first. 2d6 damage. Go ahead and roll it. 5. All soaked, but
Oh, but it's
Yeah.
just the fire. Oh, thank Christ. Oh, that's
Well,
good.
well, now we're gonna see. So that 2d6 damage is the damage. Now we're gonna do fire.
Oh,
So
yeah,
you-
sorry.
now, so roll. Go ahead and roll a d100. 25% of him catching on fire.
100.
So 1 through
Don't-
25.
Is bad.
Oh, no.
Okay,
I was worried that it was Northern Wind, because then he would be able to get up to him to punch him.
And
Well-
I'm lowering your armor by 1.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Just /R 1d100.
Yep.
I don't know. I've always liked the brackets. They're so nice.
So he does not catch on fire, but you throw this
Hey.
thing behind yourself.
He's just a tough little fuck.
He just begins burning Zavis's armor, but he's able to pat it out. So you can do another action if you want.
Yeah. Screw bombs for the rest of forever. Iris gonna go over to DEVNET. And that's like she's gonna have to run, so because that's more. I believe that's more than what she can just naturally.
Yeah,
walk.
I'll give it to you as a second action. That's fine.
Yeah.
So you're now there. That's
Yeah, and that's where she's gonna be.
Zavis, you're up.
Yep, so he's gonna move up right up on this fucker. And given the way he was trying to get distance, I was just gonna go in for a grapple. Which...
Now, do you have the speed to get there to cover that distance?
yeah, it was only 5 there.
Okay.
5 to get there. It was 5.1 from where he was. Because because 10 blades kind of went in an angle, which gave
Yep,
Zavis
I
just
hear you.
enough, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's see. I think it's just as brawl. Grapple.
Yeah, grappling is brawl. You roll, grab a hold of the target.
So just a grapple roll rather than any specific attack button.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just a punch would be the same, right?
Yeah, I was just gonna click the brawl skill.
That's fine too.
If it works, yeah. 21.
So he'll attempt to dodge. That makes sense. Grab a hold of him.
Aha. So he
He's
has.
grappled.
Yes, as long as he's grappled, he can't move away, and -2 to all physical actions. Prereq to pin, chokes, and throws. Each turn they can attempt to dodge, escape against my brawl. Cool. So then, let's see.
So your second action, you could do one of your. You could pay 3 stamina to
Yeah,
do
which I
10
think-
choke throwers. True.
Now the pin, right? What I'm wondering is, what's the benefit of immobilized? Is that kind of?
Let me see if there's an actual.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's like a condition, because otherwise he still can't move anyway. So I couldn't see what any other benefit of pin would be unless that's a specific thing.
I think they he cannot move away.
Oh, so
but he can attack you.
Oh yeah, so okay, yeah, so I'm going for a pin. Yeah, I see what you mean. So I will do another brawl with the -3 for second, -3 for second action, right?
It is, yes.
To pin.
He's going to attempt to dodge and escape.
With a -2. Ah, damn it! It's still too high. Fuck.
Yeah, you still have him grappled, but he's able to keep it from pinning him to the ground.
Alrighty.
It's his turn. He is going to try to firstly break that grapple.
Now, is this just a target of my brawl, or do I roll to...
I believe you should roll again.
Cool. Come and get it, my boy. Fuck yes. Alright.
So he attempts to get away, he cannot. So then he decides to just try to stab you with his sword. The extraction.
Cool.
So it'd be a -2 for this. Attack. Extraction. Yes. Fast strike. Dodge for this.
Yeah, I will definitely go for a parry, actually.
Parry. It's -3.
Yep.
Just select parry, it's works.
Oh, okay, cool. Where's that? Is it,
It should just ask you. It'll ask you what kind of... You say defend, and it'll say, is it parry or block?
Oh, I see. Okay, cool. Dude. Parry. What's that? There we are.
It was a 16 by him.
Shit.
So that's actually a
16.
fail by him, because it's a meet. He attacked it, you defend, it was equal, so that's a fail.
Yeah, I forgot about the minuses. Yes, for being locked.
That is it for him. Ori, you're standing over a armless DEVNET with a massive gash across her forehead.
She's gonna want to focus on stopping the bleeding in her arm first.
Okay. Go ahead and give me your medicine roll.
All right. Do you want me to use the profession?
Whichever you like. I think the profession is better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
There you are.
Go ahead and roll your critical. Your crit fumble. Okay. 29. So you're able to get this bleeding stopped.
Okay.
You know.
And I was planning on doing some other things based on how long she sat there, so...
That's good. Zavas just assumed she was dead, so... Fuck.
Yeah, so her eyes kind of flicker open, but her actually roleplay, at least, at the very least.
Her eyes flicker open, and you know, people like her are trained to just keep going. She knows that she still thinks Ten Blades might be there. That at least she's kind of aware that she was fighting and she went down, and she starts to kind of try to sit up a little bit, and
Oiri's going to... Oiri's gonna, like, put a hand on her and no, stay...
she's gritting her teeth and just kind of making animalistic noises, and suddenly she feels that pain in her arm and falls back.
Zavas, go ahead.
Alright, Zavas is going to attempt a pin again. So, just brawl as it were. Alright. Oh fuck, low, shite.
Dodge for him. Yeah, you're not able to get it. You can act again, though. Try to
Yeah,
act again if you want.
I'll
And
use
make
the
it
extra with a -3
I'll
to attempt to.
understand
Huh?
I just lowered the stamina.
Oh, okay, yeah. And seeing as he hasn't been able to get him pinned just yet, he is just going to go for a choke on him. Another 17, fuck's sake. Why is it with 17s today? Fucking hell.
Okay, so dodge.
Yeah, bastard. Ah, fuck.
Just
Shit.
not able to do it.
Yeah. At least he's getting all the good dodges out of the way before he tries to escape.
Alright, it's his turn. He is still going to try to escape with a dodge. So this is action.
You little fucking bastard.
11. He can't get away that time. He's going to try it again. And stamina. There you go.
Alright, little brawl. Oh fuck. Don't fuck it up, bud. Oh shit. He's loose. But
He's able to
still
actually do that, and then as a part of that action, he can move. So
shit.
he will. And so he moves his speed away.
Oh, even as an extra? Ah, damn.
Well, it just adds into one action. A movement is
Uh-huh.
free. That's how that works.
Okay.
And he begins to backpedal quite quickly.
Alright.
DEVNET, I would allow you to get up, actually. You have 0 hit points right now.
DEVNET staggers to her feet. Which arm was cut off?
1d2. 1 is left, 2 is right.
Right hand was cut off. Okay, so she looks down for her bow, and then she looks at her missing arm, like she was going to reach for her bow. And she realizes she has nothing to reach with on that side, and she lets out a howl of rage and pulls at her poignard and just starts staggering forward.
Okay, go ahead. And, he can. So you're at. I don't know what your speed is currently. It's all auto capped in. Your speed is currently a 3, so you can move 3. You can run. You can run 9. What?
Oh my gosh.
Fucking hell.
I don't know if she can really run. Let's see. Let me measure. She's just gonna go. Probably 3 is probably more realistic this turn. I'm not really expecting her to get there. It's just kind of where she is in berserker mode.
Get up, like the Walking Dead, Oiri, as your patient gets up as you are able to staunch her bloody arm.
And she's just staggering forward.
O'Harry is going to try and grab for her and get her to stop. DEVNET, you can't.
Ah, my arm!
Exactly. Let me take a look at your forehead.
We've got to kill him.
Sovs can handle it. And Ivory is going to try to look and assess what's going on with the slash across her forehead, like how deep it is.
It's pretty deep, but nothing that you could really do now, and nothing. She probably has a concussion, and maybe even a fractured skull, but for now, probably nothing.
Okay.
So
Then she's
I'll
going
do a
to-
different action if you want.
Well, she's basically going to try to keep DEVNET from going anyplace. I don't know how to do that exactly in terms of...
You can try to grapple her. Just roll brawl and just like grab her good arm.
Okay.
Super negative everything.
Yeah.
Where is
You can just
Brawl?
role play it too if you want.
Roll what?
You could just role play it and not worry about
Oh, okay.
it unless you really want to struggle against each other.
I don't think it's realistic that DevNet would have the strength to actually pull away, but she's trying.
Okay. So yeah, then she's gonna... Yeah, she's gonna do that. And, I suppose... no, I guess she can't do anything else.
Not really. Zavis, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
So you see DEVNET actually stand up.
Yeah, he's kind of registered her voice and everything, and like kind of spotted a bit of that, but he's like concerned enough with 10 blades that there's no point in him not going for it right now. Like, she's with Irie, so fucking hell, he moved a lot. I think the only way I could close that far is with a charge, yeah?
I believe so.
Because that's 6 there.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking hell.
It's faster.
I was hoping he didn't have that much speed. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, it'll be a charge then. Extra action, charge. Boop boop. There we go. Oh, fuck.
Good roll.
Yeah, we're kind of fucked here. But only 2. So if he fucked it as well. No, he didn't fuck it, did he?
That's your turn. Charging. 10 blades. Dodges aside and takes another step back and turns and begins to actually sprint through the muck and mire away from you. So his run is 21. What's your run?
Whatever it is.
So lower, right?
It's because he has 6 speed. So what is? Oh yeah, it's over on the right, isn't it? 18. So he's 3 faster right there.
All right. So he's trying to get away. He's putting a lot of space in between you and he. Are you gonna just chase him?
Yeah, Zavis is going for it. Zavis is entirely willing to play the who can last longer game with him.
Let's find out.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's do the roll off. We're gonna do endurance.
Alrighty.
Yep, body endurance. So just go ahead and give me do 3 rolls. We'll add them up, and if he has more, then he's going to escape, and if he does not, then he's stuck with you.
Cool. Alrighty.
So let's roll them one at a time.
Alright. There's Zavis's.
Endurance.
18.
Alright, so you're up by 3, so it's 18 to 15.
Alrighty. There's number 2. Shit, 16. Oh. Here's the last one. Endurance. Ah, fuck. That one, of course, is low. If only he could roll a 1 right here. Yeah, well. So, still close enough, so 1 more again, then? Or
No, we're just doing...
Or just best of 3, basically.
Best, well, yeah, just adding up the 3s. It's 30, 46 versus 43. Okay. He's not able to get away. So now, Ori, you see those guys run off into the woods. What are you planning on doing here? And DEVNET, you're both kind of just standing there, but you kind of...
DEVNET just watches Zavis speed off into the forest, and she tries for a couple more moments to follow, but eventually she realizes that she can't. She sits down on the ground and puts her head down on her knees, puts one arm over her head and starts to take deep breaths, trying to keep it together. He took my arm, Irie.
I see that. At least it was just your arm.
Just my arm.
You're living,
I
aren't you?
am my arm.
No. The arm is part of you, but it's not what defines you.
It is what defines me. I'm nothing without it. And she continues to try to hold it together. She won't lift up her head.
Irie is going to try to let's see. Would she be able to dress the forehead wound?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, she's gonna do that. And that, I guess that would be her action.
Okay. All right, Zavis, what would you like to do? You guys have been running. I'm gonna take 3 stamina from both of you. I think that's fair.
Okay. Makes sense. Yeah. So once he closes, Zavis is basically going to lunge on top and go for another grapple.
Okay.
So I'll do brawl and. Oh. So that takes it, and then I can extra action, right? To.
Yes.
All right. Yeah. So extra action and attempt to pin. Oh, there it is. Finally,
So
something other than like
that's
a
at a
fucking...
-3 though, right?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Such a
-3, yeah.
But that's fine.
Sorry.
He's gonna dodge again.
Yeah.
So that is actually a miss.
Or is that with the -2 on him from the being grappled?
Oh, it is not. You're right. So
Yes.
there you go.
Yes.
Well, let me see. Does it say every physical action, or does it say?
Yeah, it says any physical
Okay.
action.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. So that includes dodging. So you're able to grab a hold of him. You hear him kind of growl, and he just tries to just run his sword through her chest. Seems to be a little sick of this.
Oh, I was gonna say, because doesn't pin stop him from attacking?
He was grappled, not pinned. Or
Yeah,
sorry.
I grappled and then second action to pin.
Oh, is he pinned? Okay.
Yeah,
Is
that
he
would
grappled?
second.
Let
Or
me
oh
make
wait.
sure.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
your
because the
brawling
first
roll-
one. Oh yeah,
It's a
so first one
success.
establishes grab. Oh yeah.
Yep. Okay, I was just making sure. Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
So he is. So you basically have him kind of. How do you have him like locked up?
Yeah, so yeah, Zavis kind of lunged on top, and with that, his arms came out, enough to where Zavis was able to get one kind of up around his own neck almost, right? And use that to kind of get them both together, essentially, and kind of lock them down so that it's either he breaks that or that's it. And his knees digging into his back, the muck is kind of over both of them as he drives him further and closer towards the muck as much as he can. The arms kind of stuck. His left kind of pinned up by his right armpit almost.
I would let you, as a free action, take off his mask. If that's something you would want to do.
Yes! Yes.
Do it!
Come on!
I don't think Zavis cares.
Ah!
He's gone beyond the point of thinking about that, right?
Understood.
I really want to fucking see, but I feel like as what he's done here, I can't imagine him just reaching forward and being like, "Who done it?" Right?
Reveal.
His concerns
Okay.
right now is kind of smushing his face into the muck and suffocating him to death more than anything.
Yeah, he's gonna try to get away. So we're gonna do dodge versus brawl.
Alrighty.
He's at -2 on this roll.
Shit. Oh.
Wow, he cannot get away. So he's gonna go again.
Mm-hmm.
This will be at a -5.
Oh my, here's the... oh.
That's not gonna get her done.
There it
So
is.
he's still pinned. So he's
Right.
like he's kicking and trying to push you away, and he's unable to get you off of him. What do you do?
Yeah, so I think... So with that, he can only attempt to dodge and escape, right?
And
Yeah, because
yes.
he's pinned, yeah. Yep.
Yep, he absolutely is correct.
So in that case, yeah, Zavis will next go brawling again to start choking him with his... He's kind of got the left arm, or actually, yeah, it would be kind of the right arm pinning it, his arms together. He's going to bring his own arm up around his neck and start to choke him. Or try to, at least.
Roll.
Yeah. Oh, rolled low.
Let's see that. Sorry, but I was going down the suffocation rules to look at that real quick. What page is the grappling stuff on?
It is on 163. Right, with brawling and wrestling. Yeah.
So you're trying to choke. So he's going to try to dodge that at a -2.
Oh yes.
So you begin to choke him.
Yeah. So he kind of...
choked. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, it's as suffocating until he is able to escape the choke. Yeah. So he's kind of got the arm kind of around him, but he's like leaning forward more to kind of push his face into the muck of the kind of boggy area, essentially. But yeah, and then I'll... I think it'd be appropriate for... I don't know. Because I don't think he can really attack at this point. He's all dedicated to this.
Yeah, you can keep choking, or...
Yeah, would... Yeah, I don't know if there's really anything...
You have the choke on, you don't have to roll again. Right?
Yeah, so he's basically in. I wasn't sure if there was, like, use extra action to, like, amplify the choke, right? Or, like, accelerate or anything like that.
I don't think so. I think it's basically just really...
a waiting game, yeah. I think it's fitting. So, yeah.
So you're pounding his face, pushing into the muck as he's kicking and trying to kick you off of him. So that's at a -2, so 21.
Come on, Zavis, don't roll shite. Ah, fucking hell.
Actually, that is not a success for him.
Oh, yeah, because I fucking minus.
Mm-hmm. So he is not able to get that off. He tries it again at a -3. Total of a -5.
Oh, come on, Zavis. Oh, close.
No, he's still stuck, and so it would be... Are you just going to continue to try to choke him?
Yeah, he's going to do his absolute best to ensure this person dies in the mud.
All right, so he takes 3 more damage, and it's his turn to try to get away again, as his mask is filling with this bog. He attempts to kick you off one more time. 17, not a good roll.
Come on, Zavis.
Well, here we go. He's going to try it again for an extra action. Fumbles. So it's 13.
I was going to say the min I could roll, unless it's... Oh, yeah.
Nope. So, you're gonna... How does it look as you're continuing to do this, as he takes 3 more damage?
Yeah, so Zavis is kind of got him like this, right? I imagine like he's struggling, shaking all over at this point, right? From suffocation and such.
Mm-hmm.
And Zavis is there, like, his face twisted. Is horrid red at this point of just exasperation, with tears streaming down his face as he, in fury, continues to drive Ten Blade's face down into the muck more and more, as deep as it can go, tightening and tightening the grip in his arm.
Go ahead and roll a brawling roll. This is the second one. You can tell he's getting tired, too.
Yeah. Oh.
So that's
Oh.
so that is actually -5, but 19, 29, 36.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. I mean, unless I crit here, which yeah.
So finally, he gets his head up out of the muck, and you hear him take a. He spits a bunch of crap out of his mouth. But you're up again. He's out of the pen, but not out of the grapple.
Yeah. So Zavis, at this
choke,
point,
I'm sorry. He's out of the choke.
yeah. So at this point, seeing as he's gotten out of the choke, Zavis raises up a fist. The brass knuckle's still kind of in there, and drives it down towards his head.
Okay, try to pound his head in.
Yep. Knuckles head. I don't suppose. Yeah. Well. Oh yeah. Well, he'd have a -2. So. Oh fuck! He didn't roll well. Where's the button? There it is. Yeah. So he definitely doesn't land that. I imagine he kind of jerks to the side.
Your hand just smashes into the muck.
Yeah. He then raises it up and brings it low again. Oh fucking hell! Right. Yeah, I assume. Where's the button? There it is. Yeah. And then I'll pay 3 for the extra. And this time it's just going to be a normal rather than, just aiming to drive it into his back essentially, or however it lands. Oh man, here's the low rolls, right? Oh, shit.
That's a miss.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, he has a -2
Oh yeah.
to everything, so that hits. 10 damage, hits him in the arm, 5 damage to that is soaked.
Alright, and then the second
Maybe
one.
it takes one.
I'll line up the next one. Well,
His left arm, he took 1 damage.
alright, here's the second one. It's a little bit more like that.
20. Hit.
Alright.
10 damage, left one again, so it's 5, so he takes 2 damage. That's it, right?
Yep, that's Service.
So you are basically on top of him, just punching him over and over again, all over his body. His left leg.
Yeah, shit. If it's clear that it's like that him like wailing on him isn't doing anything, then he'll end up going back. Well,
some of it's hurting him. It's just that hit his armor in that spot that was soaked.
Yeah. Okay.
So, all right. So he is currently pinned.
Let's see. Hopefully, I got the bad rolls out. Fuck's sake.
So actually, he's technically just grappled. All right. So he's going to try to get away. Dodge.
All right.
He's at -2.
There's the
17.
roll. Oh fuck. Oh, thank God, 17. Fuck.
Nope.
Forget about the minus. That's so goddamn scary. Fuck.
He's gonna try it one more time. The -5 on this one.
All right. Thank goodness.
No, he's just not able to get up.
Yeah, Zavis will go in for another pin now. Seeing as he's out of the pin.
Well, I think it's pin or choke, technically.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, either way. Yep, so he'll go in for to repin him, essentially. As I imagine they're kind of scrabbling as he's trying to claw his way away from
We got him
Zavis,
held down again.
and then I'll do the extra to go in with the knuckles again.
Alright.
Extraction, yep, strike.
-2. He's able to evade that.
Alrighty. And there's the second one. Oh, that's a bit better. Oh, and it's dead center.
He's able to evade that. Oh, he's got
Oh, is that
-2,
the...
so it's not. He's got -2, so...
That's more like it.
So 15, hit him in the torso, that's 75. So 5, it's 10 damage. You hit him right in the chest, right in the sword places. He's kind of breathing very hard now. He's struggling frantically. He attempts to get away. Kick you off of him. -2.
There it is.
Do it one more time. This is just not going well for him.
This is what it's like to murder someone. A slog through the mud. Fucking hell. It's not bright, is it?
What you do is he is just cannot get out of your grasp, and you can just tell he is just wearing down physically. This guy is meant for speed. You've seen or you've heard of his acrobatic feats. Wrestling in the mud is not his wheelhouse.
Yeah. Zavis's face still a rage. At this point, the tears well dried up and caked with mud. Brings up the fist again and strikes down towards him. This time aiming for the head again. Oof! Fuck! It rolls. Christ!
He misses.
Yep, and he brings it up again. That's a bit more like it.
I'm not going to dodge. So it hits for 8. Left arm 4. I think that might be
Or well, I did the minus for the head.
Oh, the head. That's right. Okay, so 8. Oh, I am going to dodge then.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like, oof, if not.
Yeah, he's able to evade.
Or oh wait, with the minus.
No, you're right. You hit him. Okay, let me do that. So let's look at that. So, 8 is. I want to look at one thing and then. Sorry.
Oh,
No,
Yeah, sorry.
I'm totally enthralled. Dennis
Right?
can do this all day.
fucking
He's
Zavis.
got incredible stamina.
This is great.
That's all he is. Oh fuck, he's a fine physical specimen, is what he is. Fuck's sake.
I mean, that's basically what it is. He's run out of stamina, really.
Yeah, that was the goal. I mean, if Zavis had been going right without the knuckles, he may have well stunned him by now.
Yeah, he hasn't been critical or put the 0 for stamina. Yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, definitely he would have been. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's just a matter of, like, this is how it is. Zavis is already going with the knuckles. It doesn't make sense, you know.
I'm going to take these off. Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
So after, so 8 minus head armor has none, actually. And oh yeah, I gave him because it has 2, 6 times 3, 18. Puts him at -7.
Yes.
He's gonna roll a death save. So it's his. I don't think it is still like. So that would be.
Is this happening?
Oh, he failed. So explain this.
Yeah. So explain this. I like the way you word it. It's perfect. Yeah. So he kind of raises that fist up one last time. Well, I say one last time, and brings it down. The muck splatters as the knuckles and his fist collide with the back of Tenblade's head, driving it down into the muck again, as there's a gurgle almost and a splat of mud from where, there's the opening in the mouth of the mask. And as things are suddenly more quiet than they were, and there's suddenly more of a slump in it, Zavis, his eyes almost blank, raises up the fist again and brings it down, and then lets go of the other hand and brings that one down into the back of the head, and again, as the thunk and eventual cracking assures him that it's done. And
he's laying there face down in the mud. No movement whatsoever.
Zavis breathes heavy for a moment. The smell of blood, bog bile filling his nostrils. His eyes stinging from the lack of any room for tears at this point. As he stands, grabs the scruff of Tenblade's clothing at the back, and begins dragging him back the way they came.
DEVNET and Ori, you're looking over DEVNET and Greta. Both are in very bad shape. But you see Zavis dragging Tenblade's lifeless body closer.
DEVNET will get up again and stagger forward. You got him.
Zavis kind of drags him again, and finally, once he's up close, drops him there, kind of as if to display, and kind of just walks up to DEVNET and embraces her.
She stiffens for a minute and then just kind of sags against him. And she stands there for a minute. Says, later. We'll talk later.
Hey.
She starts to pull away a little. I need to see this monster's face.
Hey, as you will.
Iree's going to walk over and unmask Tenblade.
Pull the mask away. It's very different. It is a ruined face. Or you can tell it's from probably fire, burned badly.
Would she...
His eyes are milky, almost. Hair is jet black and thin.
Is he human?
It's unknown.
Is it somebody familiar?
Roll me a deduction.
Alright.
No one that you've ever seen.
Alright.
DEVNET walks up and spits on his face. And she walks back to where she'd been lying on the ground. And she picks up her bow and looks at it for a moment. And she throws it into the trees. When she looks down at her severed arm, she lifts it up. And she's got a ring on one of the fingers of that hand. And it's a keepsake. It was her mother's. That she'd never met her mother, but this had been handed down to her. So she tries to think of a way to get the ring off. Eventually she just leans down and grabs it with her teeth off the finger and yanks it off.
Iree's going... Before she does that, she's gonna help take the ring off. She's gonna see that, so that she doesn't have to bite it off.
She gets the ring off, and then looks at the arm and shakes her head. And then she throws it into the forest.
Zavis, you see as you two are kind of doing that, grabs the foot of Ten Blades and drags him up towards the still burning house, kind of up close enough to where he then kind of takes out a knife and begins to almost methodically sever the head.
Oof.
And throw that in, and then heave the body up over himself and throw that in after.
Irie's going to go over to Greta and kind of help pull her away a little bit more from the burning house and check her over for injury.
Well, she has a bad ligature mark across her throat, and she's missing both eyes now. She tries to act like she's looking, feels your body, and pulls you close in a hug. Why did he do that to me?
I don't know, but he won't do it anymore. He's gone.
And the four of you, injured and maimed, look at the burning house and the smoldering ashes that will become of Ten Blade's body. You've succeeded in your task in hunting the man down, but at a great cost. As the four of you stand there looking at it, the screen fades to black.